where adulting unfolds, where adulting unfolds, where adulting unfolds.
Don't forget the thumbs up, everybody. Scott threatened physical violence, actually. If,
I'm in a mood today, so everybody better do the thumbs up.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a bad day. I went to Magic Kingdom.
Everything was great until I'll be there at 8:30
To 9.
at the latest.
I would never say I would never give myself a 5-minute window.
But you never said 9.
I would be Wesley Snipes if I ever give myself a 5-minute window.
You'd be black. Remind me to tell you. You can't. I do have to tell you guys the funniest joke
No,
that Darren said later.
Oh, good.
What did I say? Oh my god.
What was it? Say it.
At Tiana's.
Oh, please. Whew. Sorry.
We had a whole family line jump us
Ah.
at Tiana's.
They jumped you.
Like they jumped in front of the entire line.
Ah.
Darren says they can do that. It's their ride.
That's actually fair. It's actually fair.
That actually reminds me, I think
With the
I forgot to
Imagineers, huh?
mention last week when Scott was misbehaving
Oh yeah.
that we were in line at Rock and Roller Coaster with the 3 girls, and these people are pushing through these 2 ladies. And he was like, "Where's your family? Where's they at? Where are they at? Like wave at it." And he kept yelling at them all the way through until they made it inside. And I'm like, "Lewis, please do something.
I
Please
get
tell him
so
to stop."
mad. And there was like 9 of them. It was like the Washington family reunion tonight. There was like 9 of them.
Of them.
Well,
The line jumpers.
Oh. You said that was their ride. They could enjoy it. They were the Imagineers that designed the ride, Darren?
Yeah, yes.
yeah,
they were
correct.
yes, it was Bob Weiss and
I was going to ask you
and
to
Joe
explain
Rohde.
that.
Yeah,
What
Joe
was that?
Rohde. Yeah, Joe Rohde was there. Chapek was there too, actually.
This isn't the podcast yet. We're just warming up.
Oh. I do like the warm up, but sometimes it could get us canceled because it's live on YouTube.
Yeah. I've been asking Scott, can I please go live ever since 8:30? And he said, no, we're going to sit here in silence.
I was like, no, I got to get some racism out before we go live. Jesus.
I have an
This
idea.
is not me. What's that?
I thought of this in the shower. I've been watching a lot of this show called Kill Tony. You
Did
ever
you
watch
take a
that?
shower like after you got home before you came on the podcast? And then before you arrived?
Yeah,
Wait. I forgot what you said.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Kill Tony.
so you ever watch Kill Tony?
No.
It's you'd love it. It's a stand-up comedy show, weekly stand-up comedy show, live on YouTube every Monday night, and they pull people's names out of a bucket. They get a minute to do a stand-up routine, and then they interview them. But anyway, so that has nothing to do with what I'm about to say. So. No, so I've been like, stand-up comedy, and it's made me want to write like jokes and stuff. So I was thinking, somewhere down the line, not next month, Scott, I'm putting this out there right now, but somewhere down the line, I would love to do a comedy special live on YouTube with you guys. We'll have you're gonna perform, Scott. We'll have Remy perform as the opener. No, we'll have some smaller acts, and then we'll I think
we're gonna do a stand-up routine.
we're gonna do a stand-up routine. Yeah.
I think. Well, first off, it's a
With
good
a live
thing you've got
audience.
a
What's
built-in
up,
segment into the show that you can practice your material on.
That's not fair.
Also, no, it's not fair. It's not fair. But also, Remy should just be the host of
That's
the,
actually
of
a
the night. Yeah.
really
But the
good
host
idea.
always gets 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the host still gets 5 minutes, but he gets to talk or do all the jokes he wants in between.
Well, he likes
love
that
well.
comedian Merrick Garland, I think his name is.
Yeah. Luke, thanks for joining us. You were on our TikTok stream today, so It's going to be much different. If you're easily offended, this may not be the YouTube stream for you. A lot of adult humor, some dark humor, some questionable things that if we were famous, we wouldn't be anymore because we'd be canceled. But welcome. Welcome. All right, you guys ready?
Is Wesley Snipes? Never mind.
Stop. 3, 2, 1. Like the guy said, we're the No New Friends podcast. You can connect with us on all social media platforms. All of our links are right there on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, check out our sweet merchandise. Join our clubhouse for as low as $2 a month, and you can have all sorts of exclusive content, bonus material, cutting room floor, different prizes, all sorts of good stuff. We are the podcast for adults who love to laugh at adulting, voted #1 by our friends and family and #3 by the Orlando Weekly Readers Poll. My name is Scott. I'm the host. With me, as always, my co-host, the scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Chris.
I've been waiting a long time for this.
The Jewish American princess, Sarah.
Hello.
Our emotional support gay, Nick.
It's me. I'm a gay.
The wise man, Darren.com.
Who's your dialect coach? The fucking minions?
And our producer, Alex. We've got a huge show tonight. We've got back to school. We're going to be diving into, we're not a theme park podcast, although we go to Disney every week, live on the TikTok on Wednesdays, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But we're going to dive into D23 a little bit later on, so that should be super
Spoiler
exciting.
alert.
Oh, spoiler alert. Stay with us because, Alex, cut that. Stay with us because we're going to be discussing a conference that just happened in California about a theme park here in Orlando.
Oh,
There you go.
that's tricky.
So,
I'm excited for that.
it's the most wonderful time of year, guys.
Happy Hanukkah, Sarah.
Thank you.
Okay, it's the second most wonderful time of the year. School is back in session.
Oh.
Summer
Oh.
break is over.
No, it's not.
We've not talked.
No,
We've
it's
not
not.
talked about this at all.
We don't go back till September 5th.
You don't go back
What?
until September 5th?
Yeah, well, I mean, people in our region.
Like your
not
school,
me. Yeah,
your district areas.
yeah.
See,
Like,
when I
the
grew
rest of
up,
the
like
country.
we went back after Labor Day.
Right,
'cause
yes,
we had to wait.
like
We
normal
had to wait for the
humans.
county. Well, we had to wait for the county fair to be over. That's otherwise half the school would be out because they're all in 4-H in our school.
We should start after Labor Day because we have hurricanes to contend with.
Yeah.
And the
You
kids
also have
always-
the entire sun to deal with because it's so fucking hot there.
It is. It is. So but here's the crazy thing. So my daughter's in middle school, right? And today was the third day of school. Every day, she's wearing leggings and a sweatshirt.
Yeah, what was that? I was very confused by that. I thought you moved.
Right? Every day. Like today was literally the hottest day of the year. Darren and I went to Magic Kingdom and Epcot today, and it was like 10 degrees hotter than the surface of the sun. And my daughter's wearing a sweatshirt. Sarah, do your girls do that too?
Yeah, and so do I.
What?
Why?
Yeah.
Like outside?
Both kids went to school in jeans. Yep, and the sweater.
Like it's so hot that if I could get away with it, I would wear like a halter top tank top and a Speedo. Just
That's what I wear.
that is true.
That's
That
me
is
on
true.
every vacation.
I mean, I'm almost at a halter top, but that's just because my shirts don't fit me anymore. So like there's that little
Yeah,
belly hanging out.
they only go up to 5XL. You're like 7.
No, true story. Like I'll walk around the house and Darren's like, "Dude, why are you wearing a halter top?" Like it's like my belly sticks out.
Oh, I'll have company over and I'll be like, "Put on your shirt." Like that's not.
Like I'm laying on the couch and there's like chip crumbs in my navel. And
None of
Don't
this
say
surprises
navel.
me.
what?
Don't say naval ever again, unless
Why?
you're talking about like the naval like ships. Just like I don't think anyone says that anymore.
No.
No, unless you're talking about an orange.
Your belly button?
Yeah, I still don't feel
Nobody-
comfortable. My
Nobody
doctor
over
might have
the
said
age
that.
of 7 says belly button.
Maybe
do.
back in the 30s.
I've always said belly button.
Yeah.
No, but
I-
a little belly button.
No, you're in a company of
We
your
have a-
own. I wouldn't. You're treading.
We have a child's book called like My Belly Bee, and it's talking about a elephant with his belly button.
Yeah. They
So
have
wait a
belly
second.
buttons? Scott, you have a belly button?
I have a navel. So
Can you prove it?
The elephants
So
have
when you-
navels.
So when you have a stomach ache, Chris, do you say my belly hurts?
I just take some Pepto Bismol, so I never have stomach aches anymore.
Yeah,
It's just-
That freaks me out when people say that.
My belly hurts.
When they're adults and they say my belly or my tummy
What?
hurts.
Right.
Yeah, that weirds me out.
Yeah, no, I exclusively call it my belly or my tummy. I'll be like,
Yeah.
"Ooh,
Really?
I got a tummy ache. My
I
tummy
call it
hurts."
anything. I always call the bathroom the potty. Even before having kids.
Yep.
I worked at Old Navy, and I was like, the potty's over there, and she's like, what?
I gotta go potty. But okay, in all fairness, Darren's I always call it my belly. Darren is the only person that I know that has a less sophisticated palate than Remy from Remy's Roundtable. Like even tonight,
Hey.
like chicken fingers.
Well, because he didn't have a dad for the first 5 years.
No, it's not that. My dad fed me exclusively McDonald's chicken nuggets for the first 10 years of my life.
It's a great dad.
That is
I
true.
resonate with that palate actually. That's the same as mine.
That's a good palate, to be honest.
I'm married to a chef and I eat chicken fingers and cheese pizza.
But with different
Hell yeah.
Gourmet dips with the Goya and
Well, yeah, gotta mix it up once in a while. Come on.
the salsa verde. That's green salsa for all of you gringos at home.
So now you're expanding your vocabulary. Okay. Like, listen, when it comes to racism, my vocabulary is very extensive.
Right. I don't even know how to respond. So, but my daughter is so weird with the dressing. You know, okay, during the summer, she's wearing the sweatshirt and leggings and all that. But during the winter, shorts and a t-shirt. And I'm like, bro, you cannot go to school like that. Like, DCF will be here if you go to school wearing a tank top during winter.
Was that a band?
Who?
Tank top during winter. That's a good band name, actually.
I was thinking
that is a good-
DCF. Band?
No, Department of Children
Oh,
and Families.
DCF.
Oh, it's not called DIFUS anymore?
DIFUS.
I still
That
say
sounds
DIFUS.
like a.
Could we say that word?
Yeah,
Really?
you can't say this is 2024. You can't say
okay.
DIFUS.
Oh,
The
You-
lesbians will be very unhappy.
really?
their
it's a
word.
lesbian thing?
Yeah, that's their word.
Yeah.
I found out scissoring's not real, by the way, speaking about lesbians. But anyway,
Yeah. It's not.
yeah. Sorry, this is
Spoiler
this is
alert.
going all over the place.
Wait a second.
But
wait, scissoring's not a real
now
thing.
just a porn
No.
thing.
No.
They don't.
Like I've heard
Like, you
lesbians
think-
talk about scissoring.
It's
And in a
I think
movie,
they,
yeah.
they say it, but it's not like actually a thing.
No, I think they want people to believe it, just so they laugh and be like,
Yeah.
yeah, that guy thinks we scissor. No, it's not a thing.
Huh.
If you think about it, makes sense.
Well, I think about it a lot,
Sounds-
and
like if you-
scissoring makes sense to me.
Like if you remove yourself from the situation and just
They
think
don't-
about
but
it,
they
it's
don't.
like probably pretty uncomfortable. Probably doesn't really get a lot done.
Well, I've always wanted to see it demonstrated in front of me because I need to know like how
For
it
science.
works.
that's what the internet's for.
For-
But that's
it's
not
like,
real.
what? The internet?
They don't.
All right, Alex. Jones.
The internet's not real. No, they don't actually like scissor to get
Yeah,
off.
it's all theatrics. Yeah, can you believe that in porn they moan, but they're not actually feeling anything? They just do it for entertainment.
What?
Learn that as well.
So wait a second. Okay, now this is
Sorry.
open.
Back to school to scissoring.
Back to school.
Back
Well,
to
scissors
basics
are on
here.
the school supply list.
Ah, I'm gonna delete that clip note.
Wow.
It works. Okay, well, if scissoring is not, so then how do they have sex?
They
How do
don't.
Toys.
They just enjoy
don't.
life. I have no idea.
They go to Home Depot. They build houses. They're very busy.
No, I'm gonna deflect.
Enjoy
I'm gonna defer to Nick here.
Nick's not
exactly.
a lesbian. Spoiler
I'm not
alert.
lesbian.
He's a lesbian hater, so he's got to know the topic to hate on them.
So back to scissors at kindergarten.
No, not back. We need to have.
Scissoring in kindergarten? Whoa!
This is why we need to.
Oh
so-
my gosh!
I think so. In a gay relationship, there's a top and a bottom. We've talked about
Sure.
this.
Yeah. mhm.
And there's a hole to put. There's something to put in something.
Yeah. There's
Yes.
a couple.
Thanks for the birds and the bees, Dad. Are you serious?
That's more than he gave me when I.
Girls have multiple holes too that need pleasured. They buy toys. What are those toys typically? A penis shaped.
Wait a second. Pause.
So they're not gay.
It. I don't know. I mean,
They just hate
you
men.
could argue that maybe. Yeah, they just don't like men.
Oh.
Yeah.
We need to have a lesbian on.
We need a lesbian on to answer this question.
Yes.
Yeah,
But I'm
I
not-
know a couple.
We
Yeah.
need a hot lesbian.
I don't know any. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's going down to. I'm just kidding. No, I know a couple. I can get on the podcast.
So Erica Rivera and I, you remember the sex coach Erica Rivera? Like we've been going back and forth because she's got her new.
Congratulations.
Tell,
Oh, totally was
Tele-
taking it the other way.
conversation.
Oh,
She's got her new
sucks.
television show and all that. But this way, I think.
Yeah, I watched it. I whenever I use the shower, I've been watching. I stumbled across her a few times. It's great.
But well, the episode that you won't be watching is the one that she has you and I on because like she's dying to have us on, and then she's going to come back on this show. But
She's
this is
dying to
something-
have us so she can come on our show. That sounds insane. Wow.
But we need to ask her about lesbian sex. I feel like we need to be educated, not for haha funny, but for education.
No, yeah, absolutely. We won't laugh.
I mean,
It's a good.
Disrespectful.
Well, Chris, we should have a podcast named After Dark and bring them on there. we don't need lesbians on the main podcast, just the little one.
We'll put them on the B show.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Shout out to all the lesbians out there. We love you.
Please, yeah.
for Nick.
If you are lesbian and want to be on the podcast, please come listen. Speaking of lesbians, can we get back to school now? Because I met a lesbian at school today.
Oh! How'd that work?
why is it? We're all excited. Nick's gay. He doesn't care about lesbians.
I don't care, but what really made me excited, so Piper starts first grade.
Nothing, because
so-
you're gay. Nothing excited you about it.
No, nothing exciting.
Maybe your
on that
personality.
part.
I'm sorry. Maybe she had a good personality. I'm sorry. Go on.
So, we had open house today at school. School starts tomorrow for us. So we got to meet the teachers today, and we start walking
Wait, it
around.
doesn't start after Labor Day?
No, we actually. Well, in Columbus, we start this week.
Okay.
All the like counties around us that live in the red part of the states, they start after Labor Day because they have 4-H camp and stuff. And
Gotta sell those
fairgrounds and all that,
tractors, yeah.
so
yeah,
you're pretty
yeah.
much the only county that starts now.
We have 3,
Okay.
that are different color. But so
Why'd you
we're
bring
walking
race
through the
into
school. You did.
Sorry.
And this is a new school building for Piper this year because kindergarten was in a different building last year, and now they redistricted our schools, so it's now K through 4 in this building. So we had a tour, so we walked around, saw where the library is because kids apparently read still, and the
Not
art
in
class,
Florida, they burn
the media
the
classroom.
books.
we
They
saw-
burn the books.
Yeah, they do.
I thought you said it was
the-
hot.
The media classroom, which is really cool because they have a billboard basically showing you how to make TikToks now, which is a thing in school in first grade.
They're making TikToks in first grade.
They had TikTok like logos and stuff on their
Oh,
billboard
good to know.
for
I'll be
future.
homeschooling my
So-
daughter.
Yeah,
Making TikToks.
even though TikTok might not exist. In
I
a
can do that
couple
myself.
months. But then we're walking down the hall, and I just happened to pass the small office there, and it was a psychologist's office. Didn't realize that they had psychologists in schools. I don't know if this is new, or if it's just my district.
But
But
it's 2024, Nick.
it's 2024, so I as a therapy graduate, I'm gonna call myself, was super excited. I'm like, they have a therapist in the school. So as we're walking by, I looked in and I saw her like billboard in the back and or what's it called, bulletin board?
Bulletin board. Yeah.
Sounds about
It was
right.
it's basically a billboard to advertise her services because what stood out to me was she had a pride flag hanging up on her bulletin board.
Ah.
So we're walking around. I was
So
like,
what is it?
"You know
A
what?"
segregated school? She only treats lesbians. And gays?
Yeah, only the gays and lesbians can talk to her. So we're walking around a little bit more, and I was like, I want to go back and talk to her because as a gay dad and somebody that's been through therapy, I'm like, I want Piper to know she has somebody that she can talk to at her school. So I met with this lady, started talking to her. She's new to our district this year. I was like, hey, this is Piper. She's got 2 dads. She's adopted. In case you can't tell, she's adopted. She doesn't look anything like us.
And she's black.
And Wow. Way to bring race back.
Wow.
Well, it's important for the. I mean, it's important to have all the
Yeah.
information.
There's no saving
Yes.
that.
she is black. She has 2 dads. So I was like, I want to make sure that she knows that there's somebody in the school she can talk to about anything, because she has been asking a lot of questions lately, kind of about where she comes from and why her skin's a different color sometimes. So those conversations they're hard as a dad to hear, and it's like I don't have a lot of people to talk to personally about it either. So I want her to have somebody. So I'm hoping she stops by. But I was talking to the lady and I was like, hey, she's got 2 dads. She's like, oh, that's awesome. My daughter has 2 moms. And that's how she described it. She didn't say she was a lesbian. She doesn't have to say she's lesbian. She just said, my daughter has 2 moms.
That's cool. I kind of like that.
Obviously, I kind of associate 2 and 2 together if you
Yeah.
do. But my
Spoiler
husband-
alert.
You just assumed that she was a lesbian.
I'm assuming with all the
Lesbian.
pictures she had on the wall and the track meet certificate she had.
All the
Childhood.
all the softball championship trophies kind of gave it away.
Yeah, just, there was a few hints in there. But it was a really awesome opportunity that
The
it
giant
stood out to
dildo in the
me.
back. I'm sorry.
I think that's what gave it away, that scissoring doesn't exist. I walked in, I'm like, hey, do you have a pair of scissors? She's like, no.
She said, "Do you see the sign? It's scissors with the big circle X through it."
No scissors allowed.
Sorry, I did throw that in.
So, anyways, all in all, it's just an amazing opportunity as a parent to see, and I love that we can just laugh about this too, because it's changed a lot since we were kids in elementary school. I'm learning a lot right now as a parent. Like, I mean, Sarah, your kids are older.
Yeah, you learned there's no scissoring.
Like,
Okay, when Nick described the scissors with the X, all I could think of was the Ghostbusters. Just imagining
make a shirt.
lesbians are just running around as Ghostbusters.
That's
No
their pride
scissors.
flag. That's their pride flag.
and you know what else? Speaking of lesbians and pride flag, you know what else I just learned today on the
They have their own
TikTok? Of
flag.
course, they do have their own flag. What colors are they? The same colors as Dunkin' Donuts. So what does America run on? Lesbians.
Lesbian.
I can get down with that. Alex, cut that. Save my marriage, please.
Sorry, you were asking Sarah a question. I apologize.
But I mean, Sarah, you have older kids, and like, how's that experience starting out in a year and kind of seeing the changes?
Just with them in general, you mean?
Yeah, like,
Well,
did you, as a parent, seeing it through their eyes now?
I don't know. Listen, it's scary. This whole thing is scary with the new school year. And, like, again, well, Scott's already been there because Abby's what, 7th grade now?
Yeah.
Yeah, middle school is nerve wracking. And she's like super excited. You know, everything's been great, but it's been 3 days and I'm just waiting for it to all settle in.
Oh,
was
she's
not
gonna
a-
be. Go
It
ahead.
wasn't a fun time for a lot of us. So I'm just waiting, but she's like, I made new friends. She didn't remember her name, but she remembered
Yeah.
that she made new friends. So that's important. She figured it out
That's
the
my all the
next
time.
day.
So it doesn't get any better when they're older. You're telling me.
So
Yeah.
are they in a new school district or just new school? Because she's in 6th grade now.
Well, yeah, just at a new school.
Okay.
So she's actually going with her mother's boyfriend's daughter. So I don't know. It's not really stepsister, but I think that's
Not
what
yet,
she
right.
refers to her as, right?
Might as
But
well.
she's a year older, so she's already navigated the school, which is
Oh,
nice.
that's good. Yeah.
But this is the first year with a school bus, and she's like a block and a half away from the bus stop, which is nothing, but it's still scary. And so, you
Well,
know,
especially
she's
in
sitting
Deltona.
there. Shut up. It's a nice, quiet street that she's on. So, but we're sitting there in the car, just like watching. It's been a nightmare, but we got a text the first day that she's like, my classes are screwed up, and she couldn't find one of them, and she was marked absent as her first period of the day.
Oh my god.
I think she was probably running a couple minutes late. She's trying to navigate the whole thing, So we're like, oh my gosh. She's like, I'm in the guidance counselor's office. We don't know if he's here. I don't want to knock and look stupid. Like, it's my first day. Like, oh no. Poor thing. I've been there. So
They marked her absent on the first day because she was a few minutes late.
apparently it happened that her stepsister, that she didn't say here loud enough like last year,
Oh
and so
my
they marked her
gosh.
absent.
Was
Yeah,
it the same teacher?
I don't know. I
have a
just
bone to
know
pick with them,
that
Sarah.
We had a teacher that was like that would pull that crap of if I didn't hear you.
like you should do the hand raising then. That's what I would do. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
just
I'm
count the
here.
seats. Now, does the girls' school have a lesbian guidance counselor also?
Not to my knowledge. We'll
She's
find
in
out.
Florida.
I'll
They're
scope it
not allowed
out.
to tell.
Oh yeah, they're not allowed to tell us.
Yeah, don't.
You can tell.
But you can
Sometimes.
They
tell.
have a
But you
no
can tell.
scissoring sign in their.
Yeah. If you read the signs, you can tell.
So you said that she's riding the bus. This is the first time riding the bus. How has the bus situation been?
Well, the bus is getting closer to being there on time to pick them up and getting closer to picking them up from school on time. So we only have them the 2 days out of the week for school. So we got there yesterday, and the bus, we used the app, which didn't seem accurate. Either that or it was
They're
moving.
horrible.
It really is.
The app is
There,
horrible
there's
here.
apps now.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
no,
but
Abby
it looks
has a,
like
yeah, Abby has a
Oh.
badge. She swipes into the bus and swipes off the bus.
Oh, we don't even have that.
Really?
Also,
fancy.
she gets notifications if the bus is running late. Yeah,
That sucks for
That's
the bus
cool.
companies. I feel for them.
it looks like it's from Windows 98.
Sounds about right.
That's how I feel. But
Can we
we're
talk
sitting,
about the bus situation more? Because I have a lot to say about this too.
That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, I hate buses. Anybody who owns a bus company,
Devil.
Horrible,
Devil's
horrible. human
worshipper.
beings, I would assume.
Now, we have not had really bus issues this year. Like there was one day that it was running 20
Wait,
minutes late.
she doesn't ride in a limo?
It's day 3.
I know it is
Oh.
only day 3, but the first day of school last year, and this was 6th grade, when like we were at the bus stop with her because she didn't know anybody, and it was a weird situation. All that. The bus never came. They just all got rides with different neighbors to get to school. It was terrible.
Yeah, Scott's biggest
Oh,
problem
I
was when the bus came. They're like, Scott's like, I thought this was supposed to be the white bus. I thought this was.
Well, and then the bus arrived.
And
Yeah. I just
I re-
assumed, knowing Rachel, that you would have sent her an Uber XL.
yeah, that's-
Like this
An
bus
Uber-
situation is where I'm surprised.
A Tesla
wasn't a
pulls up.
bus.
A Tesla Cybertruck.
It's one of those party buses. It wasn't like a real bus. It was.
Oh, okay.
I remember towards the end of the school year that also happened. I had to take Abby to school.
Yep.
Yeah, we had a lot of issues last year with kindergarten, so I'm hoping it's fixed this year. But the app, like she said, I swear it's like Windows 98 on it. The drawing of the bus could be probably drawn by a kindergartner, so maybe they did just to make them feel special. I don't know. But we get our bus schedule. She's on 2 different buses. So in the morning, she has one bus number.
she has a
in the
connecting
afternoon-
flight. Like,
No, she has a phone. So yeah, she basically has a connection.
this guy's a travel agent. She can figure it out.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not confusing at all for a kindergartner. Okay, you're gonna ride
yeah.
this bus number in the morning and this bus number in the afternoon.
And last year they were short bus, so not the short bus. They were short bus drivers.
Yeah.
They didn't have enough bus drivers. Is what I
Were
meant
the
to
bus
say.
driver's Chris Jobs?
Yeah, it was Chris Yob was on. He hurt himself somehow. I forget.
Did I ever tell you that story?
No. Yeah, the bus last year, the morning bus would arrive maybe 20, 30 minutes late. Not too bad. The afternoon bus would arrive somewhere between
Not too bad. Not too bad. If it was Sophia's school, she would have been marked absent for the whole day.
She would have been.
20 to 30 minutes late.
Not our school didn't care about that.
Attention.
They getting home from school, the app is like, oh, she's going to be on this bus. Sometimes we got those alerts saying that the bus would be split, or the students would be split into other buses, and they'd just give you 5 random bus numbers.
What?
So you don't know what bus your kid is on. It's like roulette.
Yeah.
So we had an Apple AirTag in her backpack, which I highly don't recommend those, to be honest, because it would update only based on like some sort of service tower location. So it hardly updated at all.
Yeah, they do. They
like-
do. They do tell you like you should not be tracking people with these.
Yeah.
Just to
just fun fact.
just
We're like,
disclaimer.
maybe let's help a little bit at least. So we knew where she was 20 minutes ago, and that's about it. Yeah, and then sometimes like the bus is like, oh, the bus is running 15 minutes late, and by 15 minutes they meant an hour.
Oh.
And we only live like, it takes me 7 minutes to drive to where she was in kindergarten. For this school now, it's literally, I can look out my window right now and actually see the playground. So it's very close. Scott wouldn't know what close to school district's like, but yeah. So the bus ride in the morning, it's a 2-minute bus ride. She's the last one on, which is fine.
really
The one
long
home, she has to ride a different bus on the way home, which takes 8 minutes to get home. I don't know how this math works, but I was literally texting a neighbor before this, and she's like, what bus is Piper on? My neighbor lives 6 houses behind me. Her kid is on completely different buses. This doesn't make sense. And another neighbor is on a different bus. We have 3 buses going to the same school within, I can walk to their house. Chris, you run a transportation
let's get the
company.
expert in.
Can we have the expert talk about, make this make sense?
Okay,
And
yes.
go.
Yeah. It doesn't. What I've learned more than anything by getting into the transportation business is that nobody knows what they're doing, and it's all just damage control. All of it. All of it is.
You know, I've never realized this until just now.
That I have a
Chris
job.
Yob, no.
He's
Chris
good for
Yob
something.
Running a bus company and being a bus driver is the thing that makes the most sense that I've ever heard on this podcast. He looks like a bus driver.
It's cool because like when I go to like class reunions and I tell them what I do, like nobody thinks I'm lying. Like yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
'Cause that makes total sense.
In his yearbook, it says most likely to be a bus
Bus driver, yeah.
Chris Yob.
Yeah.
I
I
we've
walk
never,
with a limp. It's like everything adds up.
We never talk about your job much.
No, we don't. It's not very interesting.
It's not. It's not interesting.
No.
Until now, it is interesting.
I know. I know.
All of a sudden, now we want to talk about Chris's
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. Hashtag ask me anything.
We're like, Chris
One
really
week a
doesn't
year.
have a job until we need
Yeah.
information.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, hey, let's look at your
one
job
week a
real
year.
quick.
Yeah, 1 week a
I'll
year,
be-
I'm good.
I'll
for.
be over. I'll be over next week.
We'll,
let's be honest.
we'll drop the kayfabe for 1 week a year. Yes, I do have a job for this episode. Hashtag AMA.
So, Sarah, no complications on your end with the buses?
Complications with us. I mean,
Yeah.
the first day she was like 45 minutes late to being dropped off. So there's that. And the fact that we're off both of the days that we take them to school. So we could literally drive her 10 minutes to the school, but she's insisting on taking the school bus. It's an experience. So
Yeah, they
I'm
like
waiting
it.
for the experience to wear off because she doesn't start school until 9:30. I could get 30 extra minutes of sleep.
Chris, we're doing a podcast here. Chris gets up and
I was listening the whole time.
is this travels and tribulations? You just
I apologize. I was trying to be not a distraction at all, but I also didn't want to disconnect my soundboard, my
I was
mixer
so
from my
nervous.
computer.
We're gonna lose audio. I was like,
Sort of a little limoncello.
Sarah was talking.
I was listening. I actually don't know what you were saying.
So, Okay, there's a solution. So you're upset because she wants to ride the bus. You could get 30 extra minutes of sleep because
Oh no, I'm not upset. It's just a fact. You know, I will
Right.
do whatever these kids want. If she wants to ride the bus, she can ride the bus.
you know
It's
what's
just-
going to happen though.
What?
Eventually she's going to say, "You don't need to wake up with me. I got this."
Well, unless she gets a car, because
She's 7.
Well, to get on the bus
bus
by herself,
stop-
you mean? Is that what you
She's
mean?
going to just get herself off to the bus and she's going to wake up.
She's gonna
make-
what?
Stop.
okay, but you're not understanding. The bus stop is under her mother's address. Oh. Yeah, so the bus stop is a block and a half away from her mother's address.
So you have to drive her still to
So
that
I
stop.
have to drive her
Okay.
to the bus stop to drop her off
okay,
for her to
got
get
it.
on the bus.
I just assumed that you had your own stop
yeah.
too.
No.
I
They
forgot.
won't
We
do
don't-
that,
Yeah.
or are you just not close enough?
No, not close enough.
I don't know where you
Well,
live.
we are now.
You moved?
Well, we got a house on Tuesday.
Oh.
I tried to
lost
The
gas.
enthusiasm.
I tried to
appreciate
gas,
it.
and I don't think my body can do that anymore.
Last Tuesday, right?
What's today?
Like last week? Today's Wednesday. We
Yeah.
talked
So
about this last week,
okay.
right?
Wait. We were approved last. Okay. We put in an application and were approved last Tuesday or Wednesday,
Okay.
and then we got the keys yesterday.
Congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank
you for
you.
updating
Thank
us
you.
all.
Yeah, okay, when I say, does anybody else have anything? That's a perfect opportunity for you to say, hey, we got the keys to our new place.
Oh, hey guys, we got the keys to our new place. Isn't that exciting?
Spoiler alert, Jesus. So when do you move in?
Periodically over yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Okay. When do you have to be out of your current place?
The 24th. So we still have 10 days.
Oh, nice.
Oh my God, it's only 10 days. Oh God. That just hit me now. That's exciting.
It's actually
I
not. It's
still
pretty
have to
terrifying,
clean.
Sarah.
Well, listen, I'm incredibly organized. We've done a lot of, because we've been staying at the apartment. So we're still driving the girls to school in Deltona. So what we've been doing is packing our cars full of boxes. And we've taken like 4 or 5 trips already, just getting boxes over there. And then we got the U-Haul today so that we can just load up essentially furniture and the rest of the boxes that we have. And then my house is empty and I can clean it. Because right now it just looked even more full because everything out of the cabinets and drawers and whatnot were in boxes just sitting there. So it just made my house feel like there was more stuff than there was to begin with.
Packing your car full of boxes would have been a
Hold
really
on, I
weird
have to interrupt for a
expression
second.
if
Hold
you
on,
were
hold on.
a bachelor.
Time out. Time out.
Darren
out.
Richard Maffei.
Wow.
It happened, and I was like, "Fuck!"
How dare you?
That is the loudest ice I've ever heard.
Seriously.
There's a lot of
You have
ice.
like 25 ice cubes in there.
Let's count.
No,
One,
I don't want to
two.
count.
It is an alarming amount of ice.
This may be your last episode. Stop. This may be your last episode, but you know what? You could always be a
Ryan,
co-host
clip
of
that.
Remy's Roundtable with that audio.
Wow.
Is your last name Reedy?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Just out of curiosity.
I don't know what I was gonna go with. Yeah, no,
You about to sign up for nursing school over there, Darren?
Yeah.
I should.
You about to get up during a segment? Anyway,
Wait a second.
what? You gonna be late to an episode? Say you're gonna be here at 8:35 at the latest.
I
show
would
up at 9?
again. I would never give
Mr.
myself a
Scott.
5-minute window for anything except for maybe. I can't even say that on the air. That's way too dark.
All right.
Lewis
so
isn't wearing sweatpants, but I could have him change really quick if necessary.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Those aren't packed yet. Don't worry.
I'm ready.
I think honestly, we've got his sweatpants aren't packed yet, and we got some hot dogs still in the fridge. So
Oh,
I got you,
Okay,
Nick.
okay. Thank you. You're the
You're
best.
welcome. See,
So-
Scott said don't pack up the desk yet. You see, I still have my desk set up, so I
love
made
it.
sure to have a little something for
Sarah,
everybody.
this is why you're my favorite. Okay.
Yeah, try.
I don't know if I've ever told you that. You have
Once
not
or
miss-
twice.
What?
You
He
didn't say
tells
it in
me all
front of
the time.
everybody,
What?
but you've told me.
Oh, he's told us privately. He texts me. I think he texts me like once every 3 weeks, reminding me that you're his favorite.
Yeah. The only episode you've ever missed was you've missed two. One when you were out of the
He's not-
country. You were
He's got the
Oh,
attendance sheet pulled up.
I was watching though.
Whoa,
you
whoa,
were watching.
racist much? That's the United States, buddy.
not during the Olympics.
That's true.
That is crazy, right?
And then the second time was when you got food poisoning from the food truck.
It's our
I'm
first
so
episode.
glad that I have you to remind me
Yeah,
of
that
that
was
all
like-
the time.
That was like that would have been your first ever official episode.
Oh my God, you guys should have seen me. I was a nervous wreck. I felt like I was calling out to work. I was like, I was so deathly
Lewis
sick. And
called
I
me.
asked, yeah, I had Lewis do it because I was nervous. I didn't want to piss him off. Now look, he texts and I'm like, oh man, I'll get back to that as soon as I can.
And then
I
never do.
forget.
It's fine.
I'm
It's
sorry.
just part of the course.
Well, you know what? Honestly, that just means that you're, just with everybody else. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. So when you move, are you going to be in the same school district now as the girls, so they can get on a bus at your place, or is it still a driving scenario?
I mean, we'll probably still drive them because why not? I don't understand. I mean, she has to be at the bus stop 45 minutes before school even starts. If she just didn't take the bus and let me drive her 10 minutes up the road, she could have a little extra time.
You don't want to deal
about
with the
the
middle
experience.
school car line. You do not want to deal with the middle school
Oh,
car
no,
line.
actually, we're way ahead of that because the fact that the school bus wasn't on time the last 2 days, we get to the bus stop in time for it to pick her up with a few extra minutes to spare. And then we're watching it not show up on time, as well as mom texting us saying, hey, I'm seeing the same thing you're seeing. Might have to bring her to school. So we've already actually taken her to school the last 2 days. We haven't seen her physically get on a bus yet.
Oh,
So, yeah, we're at the bus stop waiting, but we actually drive her to school. And she just says, hey, drop me off over there. It's way easier. I'm like, okay, awesome. Go right past the line, drop her off on the side street, watch her walk in.
don't do that. Some kid was killed by their mom. You can't do that. She's like, drop me
What?
off here. She's like, drop me off here. Drop something underneath her car. Her mom runs her over. Like Pennsylvania or something.
Well,
Also learn how to
I
drive.
like my kids. I pay
Yeah.
attention.
Didn't say she didn't like them. She ran over them. I don't know what to say.
Well, I pay attention then.
All right. Well, speaking of paying attention, Chris, I pay very close attention to everything that you say. And for the last 2 weeks, you've been talking about like you have this Biggest Loser thing going on.
I do,
And
yeah.
so we really haven't been able to talk about it. So what's going on with Biggest Loser?
So, actually, I will take it back to where the inception of how I was invited to this. My friends and I are in this Biggest
Your friends
Loser
are like,
competition.
Chris, your face is fat as fuck. You need to lose some weight.
Now, you know what's really funny is the story behind this is actually really funny. No one ever invited me outwardly until I confessed. I was like, yeah, no, I weigh the most I've ever weighed. Because I said that because my friend was talking about going on a date with someone of a different religion, and I said, "Do you think she soaks? I can be the guy that jumps up and down on the bed while you soak, because I'm the most I've ever weighed." And the response to that was, "Hey, do you want to join our Biggest Loser competition?" So really weird,
Okay.
really weird initiation.
Right.
He had
They
the
were
best.
just hoping
He
you
had
said
he had
something.
the best sex of his life. By the way, I was a great bouncer. But anyway,
Hey, quit talking about me like that.
so
Hey, actually, real quick, there's some really big news that came out, and I just need you guys to just stop talking, move out of the way. I'm gay.
It's on the mic, so it's time to take notice. And if you don't
We'll come back to
like
that.
it, that's homophobic. Stay the hell out of his way. Move, I'm gay.
Nick really said, "I'm gonna fuck you, Chris."
it wouldn't be the first time this
yeah.
week.
Alex, cut that.
Don't really care about your whatever you're talking about. There's
neither
bigger
do I.
news, Chris, that just came out. There was a conference last week called D23.
Ooh,
Okay.
tell me
And
more.
it's talking about the D.
Tell me more, Daddy.
So 23 inches.
It is
Wow.
23 inches.
23 inches of D.
There was a lot of D there.
Oh.
A lot of good D. If you don't know what I'm talking about, D23 is the Disney 23 Expo, which is basically the bisexual.
Bisexual.
I don't know.
No says.
They do it bi.
We all do.
But there's a lot of amazing news that came
Wait,
out.
so
and
do
I
they do
wanted
it
to talk
once
about
every
this.
2 years or twice a year?
Are we talking about them, or are you ejaculating? I forget now. Every 2 years, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so every 2 years, this big expo is, if you're not familiar with it, Sean and I went in 2019. It's literally Disney on steroids at this conference. Like, it's a 3-day conference. We slept on a ballroom. It wasn't even a ballroom. We slept on a basement parking garage floor for like probably 8 hours to wait in line to get into these huge events there. And one of the events is the Disney Parks event, and it's basically everything that's coming out from Disney over the next few years. Is all the big announcements. So I need to discuss this because I know you guys have all seen it.
Yes, we have. Lot
can
to
we-
discuss.
Can we talk about the elephant in the room? And by elephant, I mean, why is California getting a fucking Coco ride and we're not?
Oh,
Yes.
Talk about
Real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
way
want to
poke
know.
that bear.
More Mexicans. I'm just,
Yeah,
I
it's true.
mean,
they're right there.
factual.
They're right there. It's Mexico's right there.
That's true.
I'll tell you from a logistics standpoint, I think it makes sense because they have Pixar Pier, and I think it's going to go in Pixar Pier.
But where?
Yeah, but you
this
know what we
park
have?
is already like built in the middle of a city.
Little Mermaid gone.
No.
Little
You-
Mermaid.
you know-
ride
Oh, you
gone.
think that? No.
Yes.
Mm.
I
Wait,
think that.
what happened? At where?
I think
So
Coco goes on Pixar Pier.
Coco's. Yeah.
oh,
Place
and
of Little Mermaid.
You could
but-
put Coco in Mexico.
Yeah, correct.
like the
We
country.
have a whole.
Oh.
You can't
It's
put Coco in
literally
there.
a
You
but
cannot.
yeah, but yes, you
Who ca-
can because Coco's already in Mexico and it's supposed to be a boat ride and it's already a boat ride in
Where
Mexico.
are you going to put that queue line for Coco?
Yeah, it's the
You
big
do
Back.
virtual. You do virtual queue.
You do virtual or you run it outside?
Like, all
and
right,
make-
30 people can get in the
make
virtual
sure-
queue.
Yeah. Yeah. The rest of you have to wait in line at the bar.
They would have to
Well,
do a
Which is
major
where I sit.
overhaul over that.
Listen. Okay, so let
Okay,
them do
do
it.
it.
They're gonna do a major overhaul of other
They-
things, just
they could
like
definitely make an-
dinosaur.
They could definitely make an outdoor queue that transforms you.
I'm sorry, I hate to say this, but if there's any pavilion for a big overhaul of construction to be done at, I think Mexico might be the best one to
They
do
got,
it at.
I know, and they have so much space too. so-
Right?
Pavilion makes too much money as it is. With the La Tequila,
But do you want
La
more?
Cava,
Like,
whatever.
What kind of gift
But
shop?
they have a separate entrance
Rearrange.
for they have a separate entrance for Cave de la
They could have a
Tequila.
separate entrance, yeah.
They already do. So they could just use that separate entrance and then close everything off in the
This is
off
my
in the
favorite
pavilion
discussion
and then
we've
go
ever
there.
had.
Can you
like-
send just this segment to the people, the appropriate people?
The people of Disney need to hear this.
Cut the Mexican stuff out.
Yeah.
though. I'll tell you what, though, if anyone complains, they can put them on top of that temple and behead them and let the head roll
Well, it's
down.
fine.
the-
I'm married to
Sean?
one, so it's honorary.
Time out. Sean just had the best idea in chat. What if the Coca line went through the tequila bar?
Shut up!
Everybody wins.
I would
This
never
is-
go to any other park except for Epcot.
Yeah.
Back
I
in the
just
day,
read it.
they used to have beer carts in queue lines. It was the most magical. Oh, that was at Universal.
Yeah, Universal still does it. Universal still does it.
Brilliant idea.
Why? Who's
Okay.
buying those glass ornaments anyway in Mexico?
That's true. There's a lot of people with the sombreros. Usually the people that start in Canada. By the
Yeah.
time they get to Mexico, they're like, oh, let me buy a sombrero. It makes sense.
Yeah, and they're usually racist.
Wow.
You always tell a racist person if they're wearing a sombrero. Think about it.
Well, that's true because they're trying to. Yeah, someone who wears blackface, racist. Someone who wears a sombrero, racist.
Or
Makes
likes to
sense.
party, but it's usually racist.
You can also tell if they're racist if they start in Canada at Epcot instead of starting in Mexico.
Yeah. That's true.
So
I could just stay
Sarah,
in
I think-
Canada the whole time.
I think they test the popularity of it, and Epcot just got a bunch of work. The other parks need some work first, and then I think they circle back. I think we'll get it at some point.
They have that cute little display when you walk in, Sarah.
Yeah, that's enough.
They're like, Coco is indeed
It's-
Mexican. That's what it says.
We
There-
don't even have him in the parade.
They have a little
Put
puppet.
him in the parade.
They got a little
There
puppet.
is more.
And that's the thing. We're getting a new parade. So is
We are
Coco
getting
going
a
to be
new nighttime
represented?
parade, yeah.
Oh.
We do have more Coco representation in Magic Kingdom now, though.
Yes, we do.
Oh, do we? I just
Yeah,
hate
we do.
Magic
McDonald's
Kingdom.
parade.
Yeah.
It. Oh no, I was gonna say in Country Bears.
Oh,
Oh.
that's right. In Country Bears.
That's right.
Yes.
Oh, no.
By
I didn't know
far, the
this.
best part of Country Bear Jamboree is the Coco part.
Well, now I gotta watch it.
I know. Now we have to go watch it. And we were just talking about this before. Like, you went to what, Country Bear today? You went to Tom Sawyer Island.
Yeah,
And
so we'll get there when we get to Magic
Okay,
Kingdom. So
okay,
let's
okay.
finish out. Let's finish off California, and then we'll
I'm
move
so
over
excited,
here.
Scott.
I know. So
there's a lot
Nick's
of
very
information
excited to
here.
finish off California.
all of them.
And that's the thing. So, looking at all the announcements they had for Disneyland, and what everything was at Disneyland California Adventure. Was
Correct.
anything in Disneyland besides?
The Walt animatronic.
Well, and
Cool, cool, good for them. But yeah,
Where are they going to put it?
they don't have anything else. in
They've
room to
already
build
shrunk
anything.
down the castle. What else do you want them to do?
It's-
all right, calm down. That castle is perfectly average. I don't know why you keep saying it's small.
we walked into the.
This is what you're
the-
teaching your child. You're like, it's way too small, son.
We walked through the train station today in Magic Kingdom and got into the little entrance courtyard there, the hub of the main street, right there where where the flagpole is. And I looked at Darren and I said, if we were at Disneyland, we'd already be at the castle. That's how small it is. Anyway, so California Adventure is getting
They're getting
not
like
one, but two new Avengers attractions.
yes, yeah. It's a lot of Avengers, which will be nice because that Avengers area, it's nice, it's cute, it's small though.
It is
now.
small, but I could spend.
But listen, it's got a great personality.
I think it's perfectly average size. It's not too small. It's not too big.
Just
it's
right.
just right.
I'm a size queen. Let's be
Listen,
honest.
Avengers Campus is amazing with all the different characters that
It's-
walk around.
Exactly. The character interaction they do is phenomenal
Unbelievable.
there.
Yeah.
Like, we can never get anything
Shanghai.
like that here.
They're getting a Spider-Man roller coaster,
They are getting a Spider-Man
and
roller
now
coaster.
I have to go to Shanghai.
Let's go. I'm on it.
All right, perfect.
I
You
know
just
that
want to go there because it's a country that ends in the word high.
That's true.
So the two new events, like King Thanos
Two new Avengers, which
Adventure.
we knew there was a third one coming
What?
anyway.
Yeah.
What?
The King Thanos.
He's not an
I don't
Avenger.
know.
It's
King-
a
Yeah,
ride
but they're-
about King
but it's-
Thanos.
Yeah,
What's it
defeating
called?
him. He's not an Avenger, Scott. Thanos is a bad guy, dude.
I'm not a
know
nerd
that,
for that part.
But he's
of the
getting his
part.
own ride.
Man, King Thanos is even worse. He's not an
Yes.
Avenger, man.
Well, Robert Downey Jr. is coming back for a ride.
Maybe he's a good guy.
Yes.
That's what I'm the most excited about.
Is he really? He's
So
they brought him back
he's
for a
the actual
ride.
voicing.
Yeah,
He's doing the
he's
actual
gonna be the-
voicing of the Stark Industries ride that they
Oh,
announced
I saw.
recently,
That's very
so-
cool. I didn't know that. That's
yeah,
awesome.
it looks like a robot arm type thing that just flings around
It's
like
the
a
Harry
I
Potter
own one of
a
those.
dildo.
Forbidden
Yeah.
Journey.
I'm really excited about this because I was talking about it. This is the first like actual use out of a Kuka arm, which is what that technology is called.
I call it a
outside of
fleshlight.
Forbidden.
Right? Yeah.
That's a caca
It's-
arm.
it's a-
And if you want to buy a fleshlight, you can get our
Visit the
promo
official
code.
D23 website.
Anyway, back to Disney.
but it's the it's. I forgot what I was gonna say. Just
You're talking about your cock or something. I
Yes.
don't remember. I don't remember.
I feel like that. Obviously, that area makes sense. Everything with it. There's nothing to argue there. They had the space for one ride to begin with, and they knew they're going to have a third one. And then the fourth one came as a surprise, which always happens. Or I mean, I guess it happened with Scott's first kid, but
Yep. Not the second two. Very, very, very surprised. I think
yeah,
his mom said, "Oh shit."
wow. And Cliff Notes.
Typing now.
Stop, Derek.
But Coco, I personally feel it's gonna go with Pixar Land. That's what that whole area is about. So there's
Pixar
already
Pier, yeah.
there's already a spot I filled for it right by where they already have Coco stuff, and like there's restaurants over there. There's a lot of space over there that just feels like dead space, and they use it for holidays
I just don't know that there's enough space for
by
show
the
building.
by the big that they got plenty of room behind there that connects to the resort.
It's a good thing you don't work for Disney, Scott, huh?
Yeah, and that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna make it look amazing.
Okay, I think it's gonna replace Little Mermaid.
I don't know.
Yeah. Not when they got Jodie Benson still,
That's true.
just living her best life.
Yep.
Hold on one second. Wait, hold on one second.
I think that's everything.
Hold on one second. We're back.
Nick, there's no room. There's no, well, there's a corner of the park behind like the maintenance area for Incredicoaster.
Well, basically, where like all those restaurants are next to Incredibles, there by like the big swings.
All the flat rides. Yeah, that's what I was talking to.
Or Goofy's
Goofy's
Flight
School,
School,
Sky
yeah.
School. Yeah, you could get rid of
because
that.
they got rid of that at Animal Kingdom,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. That's
So-
actually, I'm looking at the map right now. That's actually a really good spot for it.
So yeah,
You're right.
basically right where those parts connect is where I think it's gonna go.
And then where
I
do we
don't see
think
it.
Pandora's going?
That's the
Every
thing.
bit.
I think Grizzly Peak is gone.
That was my assumption, is that area, because it's another dead area. It's not that big of
It's
a
the
draw.
only
it's just a
area it could
walkthrough.
go.
Yeah,
Grizzly Peak sounds like a sexual innuendo.
It does.
I mean it's a giant bear, so it's
See?
pretty gay.
They're never
so
getting rid of
exciting
that.
stuff coming
It's
to
a gay with water
California.
sports.
Let's move over to Orlando.
What's happening in Orlando?
No, I'd
Anything?
rather move to
All
California.
right, so we'll start at Epcot. Epcot's
Okay.
getting the
There's a lot.
Spaceship Earth Lounge.
Cool.
It used to be the Siemens Lounge.
The
back-
what?
Oh, it's
Wow.
still going to be the Siemens Lounge, Scott. Let me tell you that much.
When Chris and I hang out there, we'll be going to space and Siemens.
Well, Siemens sponsored Spaceship Earth.
No, Nick sponsored
Well,
me.
yeah. There's not a lot of cameras in Spaceship Earth, so there's a lot of places for
it's a
Siemens
good-
to
yeah.
come visit.
It's
So
a good
glad that
place
I'm
to-
going through this joke twice today. Anyway, nice lounge right there. Obviously, they announced Test Track, which we knew about because it's closed.
But the fact that Test Track is coming back within a year, they said, is
Yeah, it's pretty good.
is
Yeah.
surprising for Disney.
Yeah, well,
So,
we'll see.
but the images we've seen of that, not great. It's not showing anything different yet.
no,
so-
no.
We'll see.
All right, let's go over to.
Wait,
that's it.
real quick. Test Track's coming back in a year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, Darren, are you okay with that? I know you're not used to things coming back into your life until like 20 years. Seems a little fast for you.
It's just coming. It's like a new look. So like it's just a lighting package. It's just like shaving your head completely instead of having just the side.
Alrighty then. Let's go over to Animal Kingdom. So they announced the Zootopia is replacing Bug's Life.
Yeah, kind of
Which-
We knew
Which
that was
wasn't.
coming out.
We knew it was coming. They announced it last year because of D23 2 years ago when they announced a completely Zootopia Land, which
Right.
would have been would make sense at a park called Animal Kingdom. Can
Are we
talk
all
about
thinking
that?
the same thing though, Nick? Are we all thinking the same thing I am?
I'm pretty sure.
Who's
What are we
poking us in
thinking?
the ass from Zootopia?
Oh.
Because the bugs leaving the theater all pokey in the butt. Who's poking us in the ass now? They can't get rid of that. So what's their excuse now?
The little mice are gonna run under you,
Okay.
or the nudist sauna.
The fog just goes over the whole state. The whole thing. I'm laughing at this so I don't cry. I'm really gonna be upset when Bugs Life leaves.
Oh, I hated
it was
stuff to
nice-
be a bug.
It was nostalgic.
Yeah.
to that park.
Is it gone already? Can I go one more time?
You can still go.
No, you
It's
can
still
still
there.
go.
I've never seen it.
Okay.
Really?
You've
seen
never
Oh,
done
I
it?
hate it.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
I
I haven't.
love it.
Well,
We'll do
So
it
that's
We'll
thing.
go.
So
Yeah.
I don't think they've announced a closing date for that one yet.
They have not. They have not.
So the entire area where Dinosaur is getting
Okay,
completely
real quick,
rechanged.
if you want to deep dive into all the D23 announcements, make sure you check out the D23 on Destination Diz, the D23 recap.
Which is what I helped co-host.
Oh,
With
well,
Ryan.
in that case, hey, if you want to
And
hear
Alex.
more of this, and we're not even done yet, make sure you check out Destination Diz, and the D23 recap. So you're going to get to hear the same stuff that we go over here, but different because it's hosted by Nick and not me.
Alex, can you cut that?
Alex, fix that there. Yeah, so I was on the Destination Diz. We did a deep dive into D23 a little bit more, but this one I wanted to make funny and fun.
Oh,
And
really?
I love the discussions we're having because these are very touchy subjects. I feel like for
Well,
you
they
guys.
are, because now we're going to talk more about Animal Kingdom. So
Yeah,
first,
so Animal Kingdom's getting a loss, and I'm sorry, Sarah, for your loss in advance. But Dinosaur is closing
the
at the end
entire
of-
Dino Land USA gone.
at the end of 2024.
are you serious?
Oh, they put a date on it.
They put a date on Dinosaur closure, and I want to say it was. Ooh, I do need to look into this.
Yeah, I haven't heard a date, but
I'm
the
gonna have to
old-
plan a vacation around it.
I'm a little stressed now.
We're trying to market that as visit.
Visit
whole-
before it closes.
Yeah,
The whole carnival area where Primeval Whirl was, Hester and Chester's little gift shop and all that, that's all going to be replaced with Encanto. Now, what they talked about where like the doors are going to come to life, like it's going to be the house from Encanto as you're going through the queue. I'm super excited about this attraction. I think this is quietly the most underrated announcement that we got. Was the Encanto thing. I think it's going to be really cool.
Well, because it was announced like a year ago.
I think they
Yeah.
could have
It
found
got
somewhere else to
moved.
put it.
It got moved from Blue Sky to
Right. Scott's just like, when can I explore these kids' rooms? Like, when am I going to be able to get in there?
I hate you. And then the beloved by this podcast ride Dinosaur.
I mean, don't say this whole podcast. Don't rope us all into that. I am
Do you
not
not
a-
like Dinosaur, Chris?
I'm indifferent about it. It's fine. I'd rather get in a car crash. It'd be the same. It'd be the same exact jerking of my neck, but maybe I'd get like some sort of money from it.
It's
Dinosaur.
Not that.
I'll,
Did we not all go through it last time? And Darren was sitting behind me saying every word to it. It was fantastic.
Dinosaur gives me hemorrhoids.
It's nostalgic.
it's a little rough.
Chris, I'll remember all of this next time you come into town and you need a favor from me about visiting a certain place, and I'll be like, "Remember when you hated on Dinosaur?"
Yeah, well, remember it next time I visit you too.
Oh, you'll visit Scott.
I love Dinosaur.
It's a
I love
fun coming to
Dinosaur, but it is
Yeah.
going to be replaced by Indiana Jones
A new story
why?
too.
and a new story. So it won't be. It'll be the same track layout, but a completely different story. So a different ride than the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland.
I'm excited.
I'm excited. Sarah, thoughts?
Why do you like it so much,
no,
Sarah? You a dinosaur gal?
Why? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
1000%.
Yes.
Go to
Hardcore.
Universal.
Raptor?
It's better anyway.
It's not. Well, it's not the same.
Jurassic Park area is so much better than anything Disney could have ever put out for dinosaurs.
Correct.
I think.
I
You can
agree.
touch dinosaurs. Like they have legit real dinosaurs at Universal. I'm pretty sure.
Many
I'm
people are saying-
not-
Whenever Scott goes on Wednesdays and streams from there.
Listen, they can get rid of the rest of it. I mean, I love it, but that could go. But just the ride. That's all.
Close your eyes. Listen, close your eyes and put like the a POV on YouTube in like your
Yes.
headphones when you're doing it, and then you just imagine the ride.
Great
Hey,
idea.
you say that as a joke, but I've actually done that before because in Disneyland, the Indiana Jones ride is the same ride track and it's the same ride movements, and I've done that here. Like I've missed that version of the ride, so I put a POV on with headphones on and rode Dinosaur.
Darren goes into his room, puts his headphones on, and tries to relive his childhood. He plays things on YouTube like, "Son, I'm so proud of you, son. I love
You
you."
never heard those things.
Yeah, he's never said that he's proud
He's
of me.
never said those.
So
Still has it.
Let's move
Oh,
on
I-
to Hollywood. Oh, go ahead.
Real quick, I wanted to chime in on that. So I thought I saw a closing date for Dinosaur, but there's a different closure for something else. But they're saying end of 2024, 25 for that. So I will give an update once we get that. So I'm sorry, but I have very mixed feelings about this whole idea because the park is called Animal Kingdom. Where's the animals fall into this?
Oh, enter Avatar.
It's kind of an animal. You ride it.
I'm talking about the
Well, wait a minute.
The Banshees.
So I think
At
they're
least.
kind of getting into a little bit of Disney lore. When Animal Kingdom first opened up, they wanted to have a mythical beast section. So I think it fits in that part of the park as like mythical beings and stuff like that. Now the
Indiana
Encanto.
Jones, though.
Oh well, because you're
Where does that fall into that?
well.
He
Where
had,
does
Snakes. They have
There was a monkey.
snakes.
Justify
There was a
it.
monkey. Snakes.
Yeah, there's
was a
like
monkey and
definitely.
raiders.
Yeah.
Did you say Death
Roaches.
Eaters?
Like humans are animals, actually, if you want to get scientific. So they might throw that at us. Indiana Jones explores nature, I think, maybe. And you know what? But maybe the story, Nick, and I do understand what you're saying, but maybe the story is like maybe he's stealing like a cheetah cub or something like that. Like, you know, who knows?
I've heard Indy's a bit of an animal.
Maybe he's pursuing a cougar in the ride attraction.
And is Hot
Yeah.
Justin going to be there?
He could be
That's
the
my
one
follow-up
pursuing the
question.
cougar.
Okay.
Oh.
I'd
All right, we can move on now.
That'd be an e-ticket attraction.
Now the Encanto, the main character of that ride is going to be Antonio, who speaks to animals.
Yeah, that makes
So there's
sense.
the
That's right. Yeah.
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 That makes sense.
So-
All right, so let's move over to Magic Kingdom. I was hoping to have a discussion about where Cars Land was going to go, but of course they already put out the artist rendering, and it's quite obvious where
They're
Cars
not
Land
at
is going
Cars
to go.
Land. They're just having
It's
two
not just the
attractions.
rendering. They also said where it was
And it's
going.
not Cars Land. It's still in
It's
Frontierland.
Frontierland.
It's
with,
Frontierland.
Oh.
Love that because I can't spell right
a good
anyway.
idea.
So
Yeah.
I before
You
E
should-
before I forget.
You should put that in the information we're sending to the Disney executives.
Frontierland, yeah. We're just sending them this
Frontierland.
entire segment.
That'll be their Halloween theme for it. Bingo.
Love it. So Cars is going to take over Tom Sawyer's Island and the Rivers of America.
Are you sure about
So-
that? I thought that was where the villains place thing was going.
No,
No,
the
Villains
artist
is going-
rendering, it's very clear that it's taking over all of Tom Sawyer's Island and
Rivers of America.
Yeah.
The car thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
the car thing. Okay, so I've never been on Tom Sawyer's Island, so I'm like, people are losing their mind on the Facebook. The
Are they grabbing like soil or anything yet and selling it on eBay like they did with the water?
Oh, I grabbed a whole bucket.
Oh, perfect.
we did
That's
that. Today.
perfect. We need we need vacation money.
Correct.
People are losing their ever loving mind over this thing. Like, how could you take out Tom Sawyer's Island? It's so iconic, and the Rivers of America. Okay, so I've never been on Tom Sawyer's Island.
That's
and I've really
surprising,
never
Scott, because that was written in 1876. You share a lot of the same ideals.
I've never seen anybody on Tom Sawyer's Island. So I'm like, I've gotta see what the hype is. So we get on the first boat over to Tom Sawyer's Island today, and I was actually live on TikTok at the time. And if you want to watch us live on TikTok every Wednesday about 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, it's a really good time. So we're on the boat, it's a full boat, and I look and I say to TikTok, I was like, well, as soon as this boat unloads at Tom Sawyer's Island, it's going to set a single day record for most people visiting Tom Sawyer's Island because the boat was full. It was full, and every boat, like, people are excited to go see Tom Sawyer's Island for the first time. I don't get it. It was like any state park you would go to with, you know, the
Well, the
trash
fun part
cans
was
that you have to-
closed.
What's that?
The fun part was closed.
Well, sure, I guess. But, like, you know, they have the lids on the trash cans that are bear proof and all that. I mean, it was garbage. It was garbage. And the coolest part was walking on the barrel bridge that, like, I had seen as a kid from the Q line in Haunted Mansion. I was like, oh, I'm never going to go on that. That looks terrifying. And I did it today, and it was still terrifying. And I thought
Was
I
it because
tore
of
my
your
ACL.
weight?
Probably, Nick. Probably.
Speaking of weight, Chris, I do actually want to get back to your weight topic later. I didn't mean to cut you off.
We don't
and
have
be
to.
gay, but I need to be gay a little bit.
It's okay, I respect
because
you.
It's Disney, so thank you.
So anything is an upgrade on that area.
Yeah, I don't get the outrage is people that love it because other people hate it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like they just want to be in that minority of
America. You know,
yeah.
it's just the aesthetics of
The,
the park.
the theming makes sense? No, but it's the same paint color they're going to use, so.
If you're going to Magic Kingdom to ride a ferry boat, then I just feel bad for you. Like, if that's the highlight of your day is riding a ferry boat to an island of something that you could just go to for free, you're paying money to do that. Like, I feel bad.
Now, if they were getting rid of the train, I would understand because like trains, but it's a fucking boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me.
That they haven't been on in how many years?
Correct.
The real thing, here's the real question. Jaws Robert puts this in chat. They have a racetrack that nobody cares about already.
Yeah, I don't get that.
You know, there's a whole
Why don't we have-
zone right over that ride.
Why don't we have a Tesla ride there? Can they sponsor something?
Yeah, something.
Hey,
But
I
that's-
still have my Tomorrowland Speedway driver's license from when I was like 10. So
So you
Yeah.
would be pissed if they tore it down.
no, that can go.
Okay.
Sleep dinosaur.
Yeah,
But this is a major upgrade. It's going to
definitely.
spread out the crowds. I love this. I said that Radiator Springs in California Adventure is the best themed area I've ever been to, and that includes Wizarding World, that includes Galaxy's Edge, and that includes Pandora. I think Radiator Springs is amazing. Now, we're not getting Radiator Springs, but we're getting like more of the wilderness aspect of it. I'm excited about it. I think this is a great place for it, and I love it. The other announcement that was made about Magic Kingdom, in addition to the nighttime parade, is Villains Land.
Way to just skip over the nighttime parade. I'm excited.
We're getting a
it's
nighttime
back.
parade.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
villains.
so you hate live entertainment? Got it.
No,
Yeah.
I like sleep. I'm usually in bed by then.
Yeah. There's a good nighttime parade in Ohio.
Oh my god.
So Villains Land is it's beyond Thunder Mountain, and now that the Tom Sawyer's Island is going away, there's so many possibilities for it. I like the idea of kind of going next to Haunted Mansion and behind there, and then like having an entrance into Fantasyland from it. Like if it connects to Fantasyland, that would be perfect.
That's where I think it's gonna go.
I think so too. Other people think that you can extend the berm, if you will, the water, and you could put it literally behind Tiana's and Big Thunder Mountain.
Scott, I'm gonna speak for everybody who's listening. Literally everybody, but you and Nick, who is listening to this podcast. What the fuck is a berm?
You don't know what a berm is?
No.
So
I don't
the
even know.
Do you want to explain it, or do you want me to explain it?
I just need
Go
like
for it,
a
Dan.
2-second
Go for it.
explanation.
So it's pretty much the train track, the original the original outline of the park.
Say
It's not
train
really
track.
used. It's not really used with Magic Kingdom super much. It's usually used for Disneyland. The first case of them going out of berm was Pirates. They went underneath the train track and underneath what was known as the park to expand out into to have the ride.
But
because
essentially,
that-
it was a physical barrier so that the outside world couldn't see in and the inside world can't see out.
Oh, okay. So you
And I thought I was a nerd.
Oh yeah, you do. Wait until you talk to me
Wow.
about theme parks. Yeah.
This is a lot.
If only there was a theme park podcast that I could join.
I would love to listen to a really good theme park podcast.
Too bad there's
Yeah.
none out there. So,
I mean, Disneyverse is really good at the history and stuff of it, but I need like full on.
yeah, they don't get their current events or facts correct though.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We had a
I yell at
1-star
them.
review because of it. It's great.
Yeah,
Doesn't
and I would leave a
surprise me.
1-star review too
I
because
love
you tell people to
1-star reviews.
leave them.
It's the
Okay.
best.
So Villains Land, I'm super excited about that.
Yeah.
The main icon, from what I heard, is gonna be a statue of Bob Chapek.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I can't wait for that meet and greet.
Yep. But that'll be exciting. All right. This is, I think, what's coming with the most controversy right here is the next announcement over at Hollywood Studios. First of all, they're getting a Mandalorian and Grogu experience
Overlay.
with
Right overlay.
Smugglers Run.
Smuggler's Run.
Yeah.
All right. So the big announcement is that Hollywood Studios is getting Monsters Inc. Land.
All right.
so-
So here's the controversy right now is
Before we
Monst-
get into the controversy, can we talk about what's going in the land? What they announced? Because that's actually really cool.
What's exciting is they showed the ride layout for this, and this is the first suspended roller coaster in a Disney park anywhere. I love suspended coasters. Growing up in Ohio, I live near Cedar Point, so we have like 16 roller coasters or 20 or 100. There's a lot, and the hanging ones are always my favorite. This one is Monsters Inc. theme, but you're racing through like you're riding on the doors. And when they
Yes.
announced it, they talked about it, and I could almost picture exactly what it's going to look like, and the model showed it.
We all
But-
pictured what it would look like 20 years ago when the movie came out, and we're like,
Yeah.
oh, Disney should build a ride based on this scene.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It looks super fun, and you're just racing through like you're a door. So they basically said this roller coaster is going to pick you up like a claw. And once I saw that drawing or the 3D model, it showed exactly what I envision it to look like, and I'm so excited for this ride.
Very excited.
Yeah.
It's also going to, Monsters Inc. Land, which is an entire land, is also going to get a second attraction too.
Yeah, that's
not
gonna be a
just-
family.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't know
more
that
of a
was gonna be-
family-
Yeah, I think they're
family
still
style
doing a
ride.
family style ride, so
Yep.
who knows what that'll be, but hopefully it'd be something fun if they do like the Luigi's at Disneyland. We need something like
Cars
that
is
here.
Cars is getting a second family style, and I think it's going to be Luigi's at Cars.
That would be
What if-
awesome.
What if we get Superstar Limo or like Mike and that would be so good.
No, no, they can do that.
So, who wants to share what the controversy
So
is right now?
I'll go since I moved and I'm gay.
No, we
Well, I'm
moved.
not. I didn't move. You guys moved. I
We
pushed you
moved
out of the way.
because you're gay, yes.
Yeah, and Sarah's moving soon too. But the controversy is where is this going to go? So, what I had heard from a friend that knows a friend that knows an Imagineer is there's already talks about behind.
Well, but before you say
Oh my
that,
gosh.
where
I didn't realize this was your segment.
Yeah.
Well, I'm teaching Nick how to properly tease the story and to get people going.
Scott, are
I
you
think
gay?
I think
I'm-
Nick knows how to tease people and how to get them going.
Thank you. Thank you. And when was the last time you had sex, Scott?
With myself this morning. So Nick, where are rumors? The internet rumors swirling.
So the
that
internet
this is gonna
rumors,
go?
the first internet rumor that I saw was at Muppets Vision 3D.
People are losing
People
their mind
are
over
losing their minds over
There
it.
are petitions.
I'm people.
Yeah.
It's
Is
a
that
serious
is
thing.
that you guys?
That's me.
Is that people?
Kermit's right there.
Actually, Streaming the Magic is the one that's being the loudest right now on Facebook about this.
So the other one is Launch Bay area,
Please.
which is where
Makes
animation,
perfect sense.
which is where Animation Building is. Which really amazing documentary, Chris. If you want to plug it, you're welcome to, or plug me.
Yeah, beyond beyond the glass
Beyond
on Big Beautiful Diz.
Google BBD.
Wait,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Say a different Google search.
Maybe just search on YouTube Beyond the Glass.
So that's like the two main ones that people are talking about. But here's some other theories.
Animation courtyard makes animation area makes perfect sense. It's an empty building with corporate offices and a parking garage in prime real estate of the park.
Yeah, it's nice and close. They did announce that the Little Mermaid, Voyage of the Little Mermaid show.
Voyage of the
Little Mermaid. Is that a Voyage of the Little Mermaid? It's opening this year, so it's been closed since COVID, and they're reopening that. So it's like, why would they replace that? But it's also just, it's probably not going to get much of an overlay. It's just a show redo.
Now, I have a different theory because I think construction in that area may be difficult. Removing that parking garage may be difficult. And that's also where all the salaried managers park. My theory,
Nobody cares about the salary managers.
Nobody cares.
They can walk.
Disney don't.
My theory is they tear down the old Galactic Star Cruiser failed experiment, and they turn that into the cast member parking, and there's some green area that they can build cast member parking, and then you access Monsters Inc. land through Muppets Courtyard. They get rid of the Mama Melrose and Pizza Rizzo, and that becomes the entrance for Monsters Inc. land, and then the current cast member parking lot is Monsters Inc. land.
The only good thing in Muppets area is Pizza Rizzo.
Pizza Rizzo, yeah.
I would argue and say that the only good thing in Muppets Courtyard is Muppets 3D.
I would say the only good thing in Muppets Courtyard is Muppets Courtyard.
Wow.
No, the entire land. That's what I meant, not just the courtyard.
I'm a 3D person, I feel. Chris, what's your thoughts?
Well, my daughter's a Muppets theme song truther, so I'm inclined to say
You have
that.
to keep it.
I wish that like I don't want to see this go away, but I also don't want to see them do nothing with it. Like I would love for them to just like do something with it or tear it down. That's my opinion, because you're doing a disservice to the Muppets by letting it be the way it is now. I feel like they could do and should do so much more. The Muppets are such a huge IP, and I think they proved that after the Muppets Haunted Mansion. Like, why are you just letting it be the way it is? Like, they should do more. It pisses me off.
I'll be honest. I think Disney forgot about Muppets and forgot how much people care about it until like this time, like right now, and they're like, oh, people still care about this.
Yeah. The fun fact too is at D23 they had another showroom thing that was all about the Muppets this year, and it was hosted by a drag queen. Can we talk about this? Nina West from Columbus, Ohio, where I live, was the host of this. So I'm obsessed with that story in itself, because a drag queen hosting an event that is a public event at Disney, well, not public because you had to pay tickets, but it's a huge deal. But it was all about the Muppets, and they've done that every year too. So why aren't they doing more?
I don't get it. I will never get it.
Don't get it.
I love the Muppets.
Yeah. So anyways, the rumor that I had heard from my friend that knows a cast member is there's already been permits filed and for certain things. One of them being the parking garage behind the fence where Slinky Dog is. There's a parking garage there. That's already going to be moved. It's a cast member parking garage. They're going to move that. That's my theory of where Monsters Inc. is going to go. It makes the most sense to connect it to Toy Story Land, keep the Pixar area together, and build kind of a whole Pixar theme.
Makes the most
That's
sense.
actually a good point.
Makes the most sense.
Yep.
Scott, I want to touch on this real quick. It's probably the only time that you've ever been touched. I know you were very nervous because you did look at a map, and there's a really giant space in the park there that
You dare
doesn't.
speak that into existence.
It doesn't really get much attention
What doesn't get much attention?
from the public.
What public is?
It gets attention from stalkers that are standing
That's- no,
behind
listen.
behind a tree.
You're
How often?
insinuating-
Yeah,
How often?
and he wasn't even in that area. He was
You ran
fenced
there.
in a different area.
You're
So
insinuating that they would
Indiana Jones.
close down the Indiana Jones stunt show to put Monsters Inc. land. No, that show is always full. It's not just me.
Is
it's
it, though?
a people gobbler. Yes,
yeah, it kind of is.
A
they
people
always say-
gobbler? That's
they
not that
always say-
term. Don't say that.
That's not a
Don't
Disney
say
term.
that.
I know
It's
a
a
few
people
of
eater.
those.
Please.
The show attendants always come up and say, "All right, everybody, clap once." Now clap twice. Now everybody stand up and move to your right because we've got a full show coming behind you. Every show, they make me move all the way over to the right so that more people can fill in.
And then it's because the people are large like you.
Wow. Okay. Indiana
Probably.
Jones is not going away. It's Animation Courtyard. That's really what I think is going to happen here.
Okay. I'll let you win that one.
But the reason why I wanted to talk about this, one, I've been dying to talk about D23 with y'all. Two, this is a great time to see your favorite attraction that's going to be bulldozed. And if you want to see Muppets or Indiana Jones or Dinosaur or anything else that's going to be
Or
torn
a creepy
down,
old man standing in a tree
or
line or a
creepy
fence
old man
line,
standing in a bush,
yelling "Hot Indy."
Yep. Who should they call, Nick?
Who should they call? They should call.
Ghostbusters.
Yep, them too, because it's about to become a ghost. You should call Sandpiper Vacations to book your next Disney vacation, where we can do all the planning for you. We can let you know when these closures are happening to make sure that you are in the parks during those times to enjoy it one last time. Like I said, the Rivers of America gone, the Tom Sawyer Island gone pretty soon. So make sure you book it, enjoy this, bring back that childhood memory, because like you said, I haven't been there since I was a kid. So I am going back in October and excited to check it out one final time. And head over to Animal Kingdom, ride those dinosaur rides multiple times, and you might see Sarah there. So call Sandpiper Vacations.
Chained to a tree.
She will be. Yeah, I could see that.
So good eye.
I'm gonna find out where the dinosaur is going.
Oh,
Which one?
The one in the front, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
the main one. That
I
you
have
see.
a house now, Darren. It's going in the backyard.
True. That's true.
I'm not gonna lie. When I heard "chained by a tree," I'm like, "What kind of anti-Semitic shit are you talking about now, Scott?" And then I realized,
Yeah. But
then,
contact
of course,
Sandpiper
there's-
Vacations. There's lots of other things coming out from Disney as well too. We paid very much close attention to all the new cruise ships coming out too, which are huge, exciting things. for
There's
us.
like
So
3 new ships coming, isn't it?
There's 4 new ships coming out.
4.
"They're
Yeah.
coming."
So by the end of
And then they're
2031,
being released.
by the end of 2031, Disney will have gone from 4 ships that they had in 2020 to 13.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
It's a lot.
Nothing will go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like building
No,
those as
nothing.
fast as they can.
Yeah. Which we didn't dig into those stories and what my theories are, but that'll be for another day. So I digress. Thank you for moving all the way, guys, because I'm gay.
Oh, I like that.
Nick's on the mic, so it's time to take notice. And if you don't like it, that's homophobic. Stay the hell out of his way. Move, I'm gay.
So anyway, back to my obesity.
So Chris, speaking of being fat at Disney,
So, Chris, you're trying to lose some weight.
Yeah, but nothing motivated me until I heard there was a cash prize, right? So we're all putting up money, and then whoever loses the most percentage of weight by November wins the pot. Not the pot is a term of
Sarah's like,
a
"Can I
lump
get in
of
on
money.
this?"
Yeah, Sarah, it's not
Yeah.
like literal pot. So I'm in between a rock and a hard place right now because this started a couple weeks
You're
ago.
welcome.
I'm doing.
It's probably a boulder. And, place. I don't think you can fit between a rock.
Get it between the rock. Hey now. So I think I'm gay. So anyway,
yay!
like every week I'm just like, am I gay?
I converted one. Finally.
Yeah.
I can
This
pass
is
to the
coming
next.
out episode.
I can pass to the next level in the
Yeah.
pyramid scheme.
I
That we
know.
have.
Like there's
Wait, is homosexuality a pyramid
Yeah.
scheme?
well, yeah,
Or-
because like
yep.
the Mormons, they come knocking at the front door. Nick came knocking at my back door, and I think it worked.
He finally opened the door, guys.
I was like, I'm not doing anything. Come on in. Literally. Oh my God.
Why did we talk about Disney for a half an hour?
This wasn't my idea. So anyway. So anyway. What am I talking about? Okay, I'm fat. So Listen, so stuck in between a rock and a hard place because I'm trying my best. I'm juicing. I'm also juicing fruits, and like I'm drinking apple cider vinegar. I had to stop because I drank a shot of apple cider vinegar. I sent you the video.
I know. It was
Yeah.
this huge concoction.
I lost my voice. It burned my vocal cords. Like I had to go to urgent care. It was like, and I drank it the first time. Go ahead, Nick.
Did you lose any weight?
I haven't stepped on a scale yet because I'll tell you why in a second.
Oh.
So I drank it the first day, and at night I was like, Emma, I don't know if I'm getting sick or if it was the apple cider vinegar. She's like, people do that all the time. It's like, yeah, you're probably right. So I took it again the next day, and it burned the shit out of me. I had to go to the doctors. They're like, you're just a pussy. But anyway, so McDonald's came out with this new collector's meal on this yesterday.
Damn it! I knew you were going to talk about this.
That's why I'm
knew
between a
it.
rock and a hard place. Because like I gotta collect all these cups because they brought back their glasses.
I want the
So-
Shrek cup so bad.
So I go yesterday, the day it released, and then I went and I got the collector's meal. I got the 10-piece nuggets. I assume there's less calories in chicken nuggets. I just don't read the calorie count. So if you don't read it,
If you don't
never
read the
know.
calorie count,
There's
yeah.
doesn't exist.
Doesn't
So I get the thing and I go to open the blind bag that it's in. It's like, wait a second, this doesn't feel like a glass. They're plastic now.
Yeah.
They're
plastic.
plastic. I don't
But
want.
is it
Like acrylic type,
It's just
or like
it's just plastic. Like it. I went to.
Like, is it-
Go ahead.
is it like a thick plastic or is it like crunchy?
Oh, I
plastic?
squeezed it. You can't break it easily, but like I squeezed it. I was like, this is
like a
definitely
stadium
plastic.
cup type thing.
Yeah, it's like you go to like
Like a
a
nice-
baseball game and they give you a souvenir cup. Like it's not like I'm not gonna get any more.
Mm.
I'm very upset. I got a Coca-Cola one, which is great because I've been addicted to Coke Zero, so that fits the diet thing. So I got that. I'm like, God is sending me a sign. Like I have to continue this diet.
Honestly, though, like chicken nuggets, when I was doing Weight Watchers during COVID, I lost like 50 pounds on Weight Watchers. www.com. You can use my promo code.
www.www.com.
I lost like 50 pounds, and it was chicken nuggets that I relied on, and I went to McDonald's a lot and got kids meals.
Oh well, you just sold me. I'll go back tomorrow then.
So-
So
Yeah, just peel the breading off.
just
It'll
eat the
be fine.
Oh, I didn't even do
processed goop. Yeah.
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 It's all good.
But anyway, so I've been eating a lot of like pears and shit, and like canned pears, like not even fresh pears. Like I just got into the canned aisle. I'm like,
I love canned pears.
oh my canned pears.
The best.
Oh my gosh, like they're pretty good. I get it in the fruit juice, not in the syrup, because the syrup's bad for
The
you.
what?
The what?
The fruit juice,
no,
not in the
No,
syrup.
no,
what's the
no,
other?
no.
Wait, what's the other word?
Syrup.
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 Sarah, are you okay?
I
Is that your
thought
middle
he was
name?
gonna say my name and then went into
What do you-
some version
Sarah.
of that word.
Syrup.
What do you put on your pancakes?
Syrup.
So it's the same.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's when
I even
Sarah's
put
sitting
syrup
on
on
your
my-
like, Sarah up.
I even
Yeah.
put syrup on my bagels. It's sometimes
On your what?
What?
my bagels.
Syrup.
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 Syrup or syrup? Not
It's
syrup.
definitely.
Where's Ryan? Ryan, how do you pronounce it?
SERUP. Anyway,
Wait, how'd you spell it?
Wait, how do you spell it, Ryan?
Sarah up. How do we even get on this topic? Oh, pears.
I'm about to.
Pears.
So I've been getting like pears and I ate one can of pears. I'm not gonna lie. I ate one
They're so good.
can. It was delicious. I've been drinking a lot of smoothies, so I've been like on a liquid diet. I alternate between the smoothie and the Coke Zero. I love this Coke Zero, and I can only imagine what it's doing to my body. Like you can definitely not drink something that good and it be 0 calories and it not take a toll on your body. Like there's definitely I think I'm growing like a second penis on my thigh from the Coke Zero. There's something growing there. I don't know what it is. I'm
So-
ignoring it because it's so damn good.
You've been listening to the second episode of the Gay Pyramid Scheme, so you passed. Thank you.
But anyway, so yeah, I did not do the weigh-in because I forgot. Don't tell the guys. But yeah, this collector's meal, man. It's gonna take a toll on me because I need to at least get one more cup to test the integrity of the plastic of the cup. 'Cause I can't do it on the one that I own because I only have one. But if I get the other one and maybe like bend it a little bit. And
It's all right, Chris. I'll go, and if I don't get the Shrek cup, then I'll bend it for you. And
thank
I'll
you,
see what,
thank you. Yeah, and I was thankful to get the Coke cup because what if I got like some of the one of the dumb ones? You know what I mean? But I don't know. I might have to collect all 6 for my daughter. I love that excuse. I love
Yeah,
that
yeah.
excuse.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like just
That's
buying
always
stuff
blame it on the
now.
kid.
Oh, buying stuff now because my daughter will love this. I just dumped out. I had family visit the other day, and the other day was today, and I dumped out a bag full of no less than 50 McDonald's and Burger King toys on my floor for them to play with, and seeing the joys on their face, I just made direct eye contact with them. I was like, "See, told you." Because for all these years we've been together, why do you still have this? Why don't you throw these away? The joy on my nephew's face when he picked up
Oh, they love that.
the spider from Monsters Inc. The most terrifying toy that I had, and the joy on his face. Told you, I'm not a hoarder. I'm a collector of unique items. Anyway, yeah. So I'll update you guys. I'm down a couple pounds. I think I was up to like 190 at one point. I think I'm down to 179. So
That's not a couple pounds. A couple pounds would be
That's
down
awesome.
to 188.
yeah. So I'm down a little bit. I brought out the walking pad. I'm walking while I play video games now instead of just playing. That's not a lie. And Madden just came out on Monday, so I've been walking a lot. And then I strap 10-pound weights onto my daughter, so when I hold her, I just do curls, multitasking, bitch.
You put the weights. You put the weights on her.
She holds them, I hold her. So DCF, I think it's called now. That's a joke.
Real quick, so Ryan, Alex got this, but Ryan asks, "Who's your dialect coach?" Jaw says Remy. when you're talking about this.
Now that we're off the top, taking a cutout, you bitch at me for the ice. Nick over here, just jingle, 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 jingle.
I didn't hear him.
Oh,
No.
I
wow.
saw the look on Darren's face as soon
know.
as it happened. Like
I saw him.
what could
I was like, "Are you making fun of my ice?" Because I had it bounced a little bit, but
No, I wasn't making fun of your ice. I understand. Like ice happens. Like ice makes noise. I'm upset at the fact that it's because you just muted the mic to cough, so you were too distracted by your cough to hear that.
Yeah. That's what happened. All right. Well, Chris, good luck. I hope
Thank
you
you.
lose a ton of weight, but not too much. I need your face to still be fat so we can still make fat jokes.
That's fair.
At your expense.
Well, you
I
can
know.
make fat jokes at your expense.
I was.
So, how was baptism class today?
Oh, it was well, actually it wasn't class. It was baptism lecture. Actually, it went overtime. They said it'll be
No
about
shit, we
45
started
minutes.
half an hour late.
And to my defense, I did tell Scott I'll be ready between 8:30 and 9 o'clock.
8:35.
He thought I said 8:30 to 8:35, which I understand because it does 8:35 does sound a lot like 9 o'clock. So I understand where
8:30, or I may be like 5 minutes late.
I don't. I've never been 5 minutes late to anything. I've been at least 15 minutes late to things. I'm never 5. 5 minutes late is early for me. So I would have never said.
But Chris, the great thing now about being a dad is you can still use the excuse of your daughter anytime.
I did change her. Like I brought her home
just
and
like-
I changed her.
I was home. I was ready, but she shit herself. and
Well,
made
I
a
can't use
change.
that excuse, but so which I actually do need to give an update on her. I'll go
Still?
quickly. I'll go quickly through the baptism because it wasn't that much. It was a long course. Learned a lot. You know what? The main thing I learned was the biggest takeaway was we just learned about what baptism was and why it's important and this and that. And why the water is used is because water was used by God to cleanse the earth of things. One of the things that God used to cleanse the earth, that he used water to cleanse the earth was Egyptians. Like he just killed like thousands of Egyptians. Like Moses parted the Red Sea, all the slaves walked through, and then God was like, "Never mind," and just shut all these Egyptians that were pro-slavery. So God is a good guy. They were pro-slavery, but yeah, God has a high body count. I had no idea. God has
Well,
like
yeah, he sends hurricanes and earthquakes. and
God would need like
shooters
70 different ARs to put all the tally marks on the side of his gun for all the people that he killed. I had no idea that God got down like that. Like when I eventually ascend to heaven, I assume many men will be played like from heaven. Just 50 Cent's Many Men when I get into heaven, and God's just gonna be like, he's a thug. He's like, listen, you mess with me, I'm killing you. Like I didn't know God got down like that. I had no idea. They did not teach me that in CCD, but I respect it. Love you, God. Shout out to God. But I was like, man, like, listen, this priest was like, God cleansed the earth of the wicked. I was like, what's the wicked? It's like literal, like tens of thousands of people were the wicked.
Broadway show.
I was gonna say it's a Broadway movie.
No,
Broadway
he kept that. But like the
Real
wicked,
quick.
the wicked was just the equivalent to tens of thousands of people who liked slavery.
Real quick, Sarah looks extremely bored. Sarah, baptism is something that when the parents are going to raise the child Catholic or whatever, they throw the water on them or they dunk the baby under the water.
No, we don't even do that in America. We don't drown them.
Or in my case, you wait until you're old enough to make your own decision because your dad is too lazy to actually get you baptized.
Lazy or drunk?
Is the
Yes.
excuse and uses the excuse of I'm gonna wait until he's old enough to decide what he wants to do. Brilliant.
Anyway, God's an OG. Learned he was like, you don't mess with God. Shout out to God. We're moving on. So, love you, God. All this was in good taste, I think.
Acknowledge.
One thing I want to talk about, baby update, poop update. She pooped mucus the other day. She's like, I don't think it's mucus. I just think it's a little loose or whatever.
What?
She pooped again, and it was more mucus in the poop. So now what happens is we go to the doctor. It's like, hey, you got some mucus in the poop, right? And we like, did you bring the diapers? Like, no, I'm not a psychopath. I don't keep my daughter's diapers in my. Yeah, of course I have the diaper. It's right here.
Yes, of course.
You have the evidence. I was like, what?
There's still some under my nails. I didn't wash my hands yet.
You saying, what am I, a psychopath? All of us are going, no, you should have kept the diaper. and
Yeah,
brought it to the
yeah.
doctor. Yeah.
I was like, you passed that test.
Yeah. So, quickly ran home and got the diaper and brought it back. Anyway.
But, okay, the key learning from all of this
Yeah.
is when are you going to get her on Pepto-Bismol?
See, that's what I suggested to the doctor. Like, can't we just shoot some Pepto into the? She's like, no, that will literally kill her. Okay, well, we won't do that. So,
A little mucus in the poop.
yeah, I was like, I think it's like she's pooping now. I mean, this is a win for me, right?
Chalk that up as a win.
So win for me, sure. Win for Emily, no, because now the doctor's like, I think you need to go on an all dairy free diet now.
Yeah.
So-
I told you weeks ago. I said.
So now I'm paying $5.59 for 10 slices of cheese. No more grilled cheese in this house. It's sacred. It's like cheese is now like we do cheese once a week. Plant-based cheese is now a thing. We've already had oat milk because we're like hippies like that. But I do drink a lot of whole milk as well because I'm a purist. What else? Oh, there's like milk in the most random stuff. It's like there's not milk in stupid shit that you'd think milk would be in. Like if you look at the ingredients of milk, it won't say milk. But you look at like the ingredients of English muffins and there's milk in it. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. So there's all these. So we now have. I had to buy another fridge. And all the breast milk that she's pumped is now no good. So now I have to drink it all because the baby can't. And I can't like just flush it, right? So like now I have to use it. I've been using it as creamer, and now I'm scared because once that's gone, I don't know what I'm gonna do because it's so damn good. Like I have had the best coffee of my life the past 10 days.
Mucus in your poop.
Sadly, no. I have to consume the rest of it. So, but it's right
Well,
from the source.
You're not going to run out. Just this is going to get weird. Never mind. I can't.
It's funny.
Just
No,
breastfeed. Like,
it's
Get onto the teat. You're fine.
it's funny because I never understood the grass
Little
fed.
foreplay, little food at the
I
same
never
time. You're good.
understood the whole grass fed, pasture, organic, free range, this that until like now I'm enjoying this stuff, right? So it's like every time Emily goes to eat something, I was like, "Are you sure you want to eat that?" And I have to I read the label to make sure it's organic and grass fed and stuff because I want to This is I can't go much further. I do not drink breast milk. This is so bad. I can't go on for the rest of this. I will go way deeper into this. We do have a lot of breast milk in our freezer, and I think we're gonna like give like my daughter a milk bath or something. Like I think that's
You
a
can
thing.
donate it.
Yeah, and
I was gonna
there's
say
that
places where
too.
you could-
You can donate it.
Yeah,
'cause
I
we
just-
had to go through donation milk.
Yeah, so I think first we will look to donate the milk. Again, just in case
Or
Alex
milk
cuts
bath.
it the first time, I am not drinking the breast milk. But yeah, milk bath is definitely. So we've also looked into, and by I've looked into like breast milk soap, like that's a thing.
Well, there's also people who make ice cream out of breast milk.
Yeah, we'll skip that.
Yeah.
And that's a real thing.
Like you said that like it was like the best idea that's been brought up tonight. It's like, yeah, you know what? Maybe you should look into the ice cream thing. Ice cream breast milk thing sounds like pretty good.
I love ice cream, and I'm sure that the breast milk ice cream would be much better for me than regular.
Yeah,
ice
so we
cream.
might make the breast milk soap. I would be interested in eating that. But other than that, we'll probably just take a bath in it, like maybe a family bath even. I don't know. Well, we get this get nourished in the brush. It's supposed to be really good for you, like rash breast milk, poison ivy breast milk, gangrene breast. Like I don't know about gangrene, but breast milk's supposed to be really good for you, except for pink eye, because my daughter did get pink eye, and we needed eye drops.
Are you kidding? She got pink eye?
Yeah. It was really sad. She was looking at me with one eye, like, why are you looking at me like that? And then I realized it was like weeping and mucusy. And I thought it was her poop for a second, and then I realized it was because probably she touched her poop.
I don't know who gets sick more, your daughter or Mary.
Yeah, she's giving Mary a run for her money.
Getting that collector's card
I'm
from
gonna-
the doctor's office. And
I'm gonna warn her. I was like, listen, you're not gonna have any future in podcasts when you're older, Ellie. Like, there's like you'll have a good like year and a half, 2 years, but then you're done.
Oh boy. Well, hopefully she gets better with the changing of the dairy-free.
Yeah, because if
Breast
if
milk.
that doesn't work, oh my gosh, then we got to get rid of soy, and soy is in everything. I might move out if it comes to that. Like I might move back with my parents. I don't know if I can live in this house if we have to go on a soy-free diet. And by we, just Emily,
Right.
because I'm not doing that shit. No.
Wait. So Emily's going to continue breastfeeding.
Yeah.
But she's going to go on a dairy-free diet?
She is. Like she has been. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
She's a
Emily, yeah.
trooper.
Why not just switch her to a dairy-free formula?
Because it's
I was
so
just
much
about to ask
cheaper.
that,
No,
too.
Emily really. So not to get all sappy and serious, but Emily does really enjoy breastfeeding. Like she enjoys doing it. She likes like obviously it's really good for the baby, and like she says it best. Like it's like the smallest sacrifice she could do for the baby is by giving up dairy. It's annoying, but it's like it's mostly just cheese. Like it's mostly just can't eat cheese, which I could never do. Look at me.
Good thing you're not breastfeeding.
No, fuck that.
Are you guys ready to play Jersey Man, Florida Man?
Yeah.
It's about time.
Yes.
Oh, see, Sydney says she uses the breast milk for the son's eczema. Yeah, it's really good for skin conditions.
And my friend Andrew is listening, but he's on his phone and can't figure out how to do chat. So
Is he Scott? You sure it's not Scott? Shout out
Somebody for technology.
to Nick's friend. What's his name?
Andrew.
Shout out Andrew.
Are you playing the Jersey Man intro?
I thought you were gonna play it.
Flipping a fan motor, crashing a truck. These states are filled with people who suck. So it's time for us to play New Jersey Man versus Florida Man.
His daughter found wet poop, so
I'm not gonna lie, like Scott sometimes will play the song, and then I forget, and then I sometimes play the song. It's like a shared responsibility that I really enjoyed. It's like it's like co-parenting.
Yeah, I stopped playing it when, like last week, you played it on your own. Every week, Game Master Ryan brings us two news stories. One is from Jersey, one is from Florida. It is up to us to determine which one is which. Take it away, Ryan.
Hey guys, this is Ryan, coming to you from the No New Friends newsroom, located this week at a wedding. I thought I was showing up to see Scott get married again. He's been through so many, one more punch on that loyalty card, and I think he gets a free wedding. But no, this is just a wedding for one of Chris's friends, I guess. Speaking of Chris, he's out there on the dance floor dancing like some kind of Australian Olympic breakdancer. Who knew his little legs could move so fast? Speaking of the Olympics, you guys talked about that swimmer that was so hot she was distracting the other swimmers. That's the whole reason you guys haven't invited me back on the podcast in a long time. Scott said at his last wedding everything was choreographed. Even the boring-ass sex that followed for the next couple of years. Chris said he had to run out to his car for something. You know Chris and Nick have the same car. It's okay for Nick to have that car because it's a gay man's car. I know it's a gay man's car because when Chris said there's a lot of glass for suction cup things, Nick moaned. Chris had mentioned they couldn't afford the electric pump for his wife. This coming from the guy that bought a reindeer NFT. Scott said his pump's electric. It's the only way he can get hard anymore. Speaking of Scott, he said he brought Abby to her school orientation. Said he didn't see any teachers while he was there. Guess he didn't see any students either. Scott, that wasn't a scheduling conflict. That was because they saw you coming and they went into a lockdown. I wish there was somebody at this wedding I knew. Where's Lewis and Sarah? Well, Sarah, I'm happy to hear that you and Lewis got your second choice for your place to live. I'm sure they had to use Sarah's name for the credit score. Lewis doesn't even have a green card, let alone a credit card. Scott said that it's a rule that you can't have seatbelts on a bus. If it was up to Scott, he'd bring back the rule about some people sitting in the front half of the bus. Scott did have to take off. I guess the trash people were coming to pick up boxes. Scott's so bad at handling a box, he has to call in another man to do it. And Scott, I told you, stop calling that race trash people. Did I hear that strange news returned last week? That segment has been dead longer than Jesus was before returning. Thanks, Sarah. But you know what has been dead longer than that segment? This bear in Central Park. Kennedy said he was going to eat that bear. You guys acted like that was some kind of weird thing. I've eaten bear before. I think eating vegetables is weird, but Sean keeps on doing it. So it looks like Chris might have pulled his Achilles again on the dance floor. While I get him to the pediatrician, let's get into this week's Florida Man or Jersey Man. And for our first story, a lake bans swimming due to high algae levels. And for our second story, a man ignores a deadly poison sign during a risky burglary at a fumigated apartment.
All right, so we've got too much algae and poison sign. Sarah, Darren, what are your thoughts?
Algae is a misdirect because you think algae, you think Florida.
Right.
But I'm going to say it's Jersey.
All right, Sarah? You're muted.
You muted.
Whoopsies. I'm gonna say algae is Florida.
Nick?
I'm kind of with Darren on that. I feel like it's a deterrent on this one, and algae is going to be Jersey this time.
Chris?
Algae, New Jersey. I went to a lake in New Jersey one time, and it's like there's like dangerous algae in this water, and you can't swim here. So we only swam for like 30 minutes.
So I think that the algae is a misdirect to misdirect us. So I'm sticking algae Florida because it's very common for lakes to be closed due to algae. And I'm going the poison sign Jersey. Let's find out the answer.
America.
What'd you say?
I said the rivers of America.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it needs to go.
So our first story is from New Jersey, where algae plumes in an Atlantic County lake have forced swimming bans over the past several days. Normally there's swimming bans after Scott uses a public pool. Chlorine doesn't kill everything, Scott. So that means our second story is from Florida, where a 38-year-old man ignores signs warning of deadly poison as he broke into an apartment building tented to pest fumigation. When asked about the sign, the man had this to say.
Never heard of it. I can't even read.
And in other news, the CEO of Starbucks is fired. I guess he'll have to find a new career. Speaking of careers, I can't wait till Chris's daughter has career day at school. Chris will show up to class with a bag full of cans, and he'll show the students how to steal copper out of the AC system. That's it for me this week, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you so much, Ryan. Nick, you've got your birthday coming up, and you've got a trip for your birthday.
Yes. My big birthday is coming up, and I'm excited, nervous, scared, all the above. Just because my body has already turned 40, but I turned 40. I'm saying that out loud.
Woof.
So it's a big life change. I've been wanting to do something for my birthday for a while, and we hadn't planned anything because we were waiting on Sean's work schedule, and we finally got it back, and we've decided we're gonna go down to Mexico.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So
Are you staying at Excellence?
we're not staying at Excellence. So what I had
You're gonna
done,
have a shitty vacation.
it's gonna be epic, and here's why.
You're going to Epic?
Epic Universe. I got into. No. So working in the travel industry, I have a lot of good connections with different properties and resorts around the world, and I met some connections that I reached out to at my conference in June, and was like, "Hey, like Sean and I are looking to go somewhere for my birthday. It's also our 10th anniversary, so we got married 10 years ago as well, too. Literally 6 days after my birthday. So if you do the math, I was 30 years old when I got married. In case you were trying to figure that out there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was hard for me.
We're not a podcast that really cares about that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'll
but
take
we
your
did
word
talk.
for it.
But we did talk about theme parks tonight, and some podcasts don't. So.
Yeah, it's true.
So I wanted to do something special for our birthday. So I reached out to a couple of my contacts and was like, "Hey, like we're looking for a nice resort because I like luxury. I don't want to stay at a Value." And we wanted something quiet, something somewhat romantic as well too. So we found this property called El Dorado Marona. It is at Riviera Maya. It's a gorgeous property. My manager that I connected with has been super awesome, to the point that he has been following me on Facebook for a while. And
Sorry, I'm giving Darren a look because he's got like a Sony watch, and I just heard the beep beep.
No, that wasn't me.
Okay.
I don't have a Sony watch. First off, I have an Apple Watch.
No,
so
you have like a little Casio with the beep beep.
that wasn't. There was no beep beep in my room. What are you talking about?
I almost ducked under my desk.
I actually don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, Nick, continue.
I didn't hear anything because they were all listening to my amazing story.
That's true.
Yeah. So we found this amazing property, and we realized that this property also has overwater bungalows. So it's one of the only properties in Mexico that has overwater bungalows. So we're gonna be staying in.
I'm so excited for you.
We're doing a split stay, so we're gonna stay in like a regular swim out room.
Yeah.
For 3 nights, and then the overwater bungalow for 2 nights.
Overwater bungalow's badass.
That would suck if you couldn't swim. Can you imagine that?
Luckily, the water is very shallow there, so we should be
Yeah,
good.
you can pretty much stand.
But my husband also can't swim.
You have gills anyway. It doesn't matter.
The gays do have gills. Go back to
Yeah.
one of the second episode of After Dark.
Yeah. Why is Jersey Man Florida Man video playing on my screen now?
Oh, you're way behind then.
So, like I said, I have these contacts. This guy's been following me on Facebook for a while, the manager that I work with there. And I noticed that he started commenting on my pictures that I posted of me wearing my Speedos. So I just figured I'm going to reach out.
You found my
and-
burner account.
Yeah. So
Jonathan Williams.
I'm using the sex sells appeal to get further in life, and we might be getting some surprise upgrades. So
Nice.
we'll find out.
I love it.
So-
Well, I'm so excited for you. Nickapalooza, Nick's birth month is
Yeah,
coming up.
the
We
whole
can't
month of
forget
September.
The entire month of September.
I will remind you.
We're like
Yeah.
Dickapalooza, am I right?
Nickapalooza.
Yeah.
Yes, Darren.
Hey, I need to apologize. I did not realize that my work watch was in my backpack. I genuinely did not hear it.
You have to wear
Somebody-
you're not allowed to wear Apple Watches there.
So
I'm sorry.
yeah, behind the curtain. I actually cut this from the episode. I can talk about it right now, but I cut it from the episode.
Okay, well, let's finish the episode and then tell the story of
Yeah.
the watch.
Yeah, cut it from the episode. I'm a serial killer. And then I wear this. I wear my work watches.
Chris, you got any cliff notes?
I do.
It's been quite the show. A lot of stuff's happened, so nothing can stop this little boy from recapping the day the Chris's Cliff's Notes way.
So hell of a long episode tonight. Just wanted to comment on that real quick. If you wrote out all the things we said tonight, you'd only have about 4 inches of blank space left on Nick's penis. I also do want to start off this by apologizing. I was a little unhinged tonight. I usually watch like a cute comedy movie or a stand-up to prepare to get into character for the show. This week I watched ISIS beheading videos. I don't know what got into me. I'm sorry. Yeah. Twitter's crazy these days. Speaking about Twitter, I was scrolling and I saw that there was announced that there was going to be a docu-series about Aaron Hernandez. Remember that guy on the New England Patriots? Now, I was actually able to read the script early, and let me tell you, the ending will have you hanging.
Oh, wow.
It's
Aaron
Whatever.
Hernandez was a football player. Nicky hung himself in jail.
Whatever. Disney was in the news for something other than D23 this week. Someone's wife died on Disney property, and Disney's trying to get the case thrown out because the husband signed up for a free trial of Disney Plus. Mary tried suing us for booting her from the show, but we're getting the case thrown out for her wasting 2 years of our lives. That is true. Look up the Disney Plus thing. It's crazy.
I just saw that.
Yeah, it's pretty
story.
bad. In Jersey Man vs. Florida Man, Ryan said that Sean eats vegetables, which was obviously a sexual innuendo. I get that. Now, I stopped eating vegetables a long time ago, not because I'm fat, spoiler alert, but because I didn't know what to do with their wheelchairs.
Oh my God! Wow.
Scott said today was the hottest day of the year. He was obviously never with Nick on his birthday. Holy shit. Scott and Sarah both said their children are going to school overdressed. It's ridiculous. Sweatpants. Now, Scott's just jealous because he can't wear more than one layer of clothing because his obesity makes him sweat profusely. It's like, damn, I wish that could have been me. Nick saw a bulletin board about the psychologist at his daughter's school about all the services they offer. He wanted to talk to the psychologist so that his daughter would know, if there was something she needed, she can go to her. Nick, I think that's what the giant fucking bulletin board was for. Like, I don't think that she We talked a lot about lesbians this episode. I just wanted to point this out. But when we started talking about them, Sarah started sweating more than Scott wearing more than one layer of clothing. See, the first joke was weak, so I could just get it to that
Yeah,
one.
perfect.
Just want to explain that. Scott talked about how much he loves Sarah, went into detail about all her redeeming qualities. Now, even after all these great things that he thinks about her, Scott still limits her on-air personality to Jew. The bad part about this, that's not even a joke. Like, it's like I just
Those are the best jokes.
The best jokes are the ones you just speak out into existence. We talked about D23. Nick described D23 as Disney on steroids. For people who are watching, I don't have to explain this, but for people who aren't watching, Scott loves to wear these like extravagant, detailed Disney shirts. Now, when he wears these shirts, he's Mexico on insulin. Oh no, he's Disney on insulin. I'm sorry. Yeah, Alex, just cut that one. I don't. Why did I say Mexico? Anyway, I literally have typed here Mexico.
Please don't cut that.
Off air, we talked about this is probably why. Off air, we talked about the potential renovations on the Mexico Pavilion and what they could build there. Now, Sarah suggested a whole new ride. Nick suggested a second entrance. Scott suggested a wall. And lastly, this one might be a slow one, a slow burn, but when you get it, you'll like it. We talked about how a villain's portion of the park will be added to Magic Kingdom. Now, to Scott, his number one villain was already an attraction, so this is nothing new to him. Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln premiered in 1965. And those are my gift.
That may have been your best clip note ever. That was like sneaky, subtly funny.
Oh my god.
If you know, you know.
You know. Oh, man. Sarah, where can our listeners find you?
You can find me on the Instagram at Old Soul Thrift or on the TikTok at Super Sarah 94.
Darren?
The bottom of Rivers of America. Or on Instagram, Darren _Maffei.
Nick?
You can find me at Emotional Supports Gay Nick on Instagram and Sandpiper Vacations on all social media platforms.
Chris?
You can find me 3 inches behind Nick, or on Instagram at Chris Yob, or on TikTok at Chris Yob NNF.
Alex? And you can connect with all of us. All of our social media links are right there on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, check out our sweet merchandise. You can also join our clubhouse and get that merchandise before we change the name, which we'll talk more about next week. If you listen to us on Spotify or Apple, please leave us a 5-star rating and review. It really helps us out. 5. And don't forget to check us out every Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at either Disney or Universal on the TikTok. And then YouTube every Wednesday night starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On behalf of Game Master Ryan, our producer Alex, thewisemandarren.com, Nick, Sarah, Chris, I'm Scott. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye, bitches.
All right, for those of you thinking that I'm going to put out a 2-hour episode, we're splitting this episode into 2 parts. It was kind of done by design. Chris is not going to be here next week, so I knew we had a lot to get to tonight, so I knew that if we ended up going long, no big deal. So it's going to be split into 2 episodes.
And speaking of going long, Chris, you can give me more than 3 inches.
Just take it easy. I like to take
Our
it
viewers
slow.
are used to long run times.
But next week, instead of doing an episode, let's put together a game night. I think
great
that'd be
idea.
Fun
Great idea.
Because everybody would be on the YouTube anyway. I know no one's got anything else going on, so maybe we put together a game.
And
night
I might
for,
be able to attend if it's like a Jackbox or something.
Yeah.
I might be in bed. I will be probably in bed. I'll be in bed. What was I gonna say though?
So we'll do something from like 8 to 10, the usual runtime of our recording.
Oh.
And yeah.
So I knew the episode was going long when Remy commented on how long it was going. Like, damn, this must be really long tonight.
I like pretty much I'm gonna cut it off. Episode 1 will end, or part 1
Yeah,
is
it's
gonna
like a
end after D23.
Like, yeah, 2-parter. I think it's a good idea because
Perfect. So they're gonna hear the start of Chris's Biggest Loser journey, and then
that's a great idea. I love that. Yeah, I love that.
I kind of played the move on gay. I was starting to think, I'm like, this would be really great to like make it like a running bit type thing of just cutting you off when you talk about being fat or something. So I was like, I'm gonna do it now.
Yeah, Nick, it was perfect
So
when you
kind of-
cut it, because when you cut that off, we were right about the 40-minute mark.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, this may actually be perfect. I was gonna, because I intended to do the Biggest Loser and then do D23 and then the baptism, but it ended up being perfect the way that we did it.
Yeah, and you don't want to wait on D23 to talk
Yeah,
about it.
D23 I wanted to do at the end of the first episode.
Yeah, anything to bring the
Or if-
algorithms up right now.
Yeah, if we got through everything quickly, then it would have been just at the end of the episode and we wouldn't have done a 2-parter, but we stretched things out. It was perfect.
All right, before we log off, everybody
I'm
on
wearing
YouTube,
pants.
everybody
I have
watching
ver-
us,
Charles have very short shorts on.
Yeah.
everybody
And
watching
their
on
skin
YouTube,
color.
thank you guys so much for watching. We love you. Thanks for sticking with us for 2 hours tonight.
Yeah,
I will
thank
not
you.
be here next week. Taking a much-deserved vacation from work.
Didn't you?
He just took like 2 months off when his daughter was born.
I spent like 30 minutes today doing stuff. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
We'll catch
And
up with you later.
I'll put information about game night in the Discord.
Yeah, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Love you guys.